Let's book a flight, let's catch a plane out to the tropics. You looking right, you do your thing, I know you got it, girl. They see it like they go insane, they wanna stop it. The way we move 'em out, the way we out of pocket, girl. We out in Houston, I'm ballin' like I'm a rocket, yeah. Let's hit the city tonight and let's get it poppin', girl. If you wanna get it tonight, then we going shopping, yeah. If I wanna get it, I cop it soon as they drop it, girl. Soon as they drop it.
Girl, you got me in the zone, you got me in the zone with you.
All I wanna do is get along with you. Let's get on, girl, I wanna go home with you. All I wanna do is get along with you. I guess I'ma need you to give me a minute. I guess I'ma need you to let me just hit it a minute. You sexy, I'm getting up in it. I needed a wife in my life, I'ma live it a minute. You pretty, I get it, so I'ma give in to my feelings. I'm feeling it, I'ma admit it. I gotta give it 150%, I'ma give it, cause I've been committed. So I'ma just get it and call it a day. Been with the women and all of them paid. Feeling the different is all I'ma say. It's silly, I really be calling you babe.
I need you to let me just hit it a minute. You sexy, I'm getting up in it. I need you to let my live it a minute.
It's your vibe and it's your style, and I get so high when I see you smile. Let you ride me for a mile, cause you be driving me so wild. And you know I be on the prowl, but you know how to calm me down. And you know I'ma be around, cause you know I be in your town. Forget that clown, hit me now and I'm out, baby, I be on the way. She said, promise me you coming, she said, promise me, don't play. I said, nah, let's leave the day. Let's go fly Montego Bay, so I can Sprite on the private flight. Everything on me, girl, we gon' pay, yeah, we gon' pay, yeah. Everything on me, yeah. I'ma send you a car, yeah, yeah. Let's book a flight, let's catch a plane out to the tropics. You looking right, you do your thing, I know you got it, girl. They see it like they go insane, they wanna stop it. The way we move 'em out, the way we out of pocket, girl. We out in Houston, I'm ballin' like I'm a rocket, yeah. Let's hit the city tonight and let's get it poppin', girl. If you wanna get it tonight, then we going shopping, yeah. If I wanna get it, I cop it soon as they drop it, girl. Soon as they drop it.
Girl, you got me in the zone, you got me in the zone with you.
All I wanna do is get along with you. Let's get on, girl, I wanna go home with you. All I wanna do is get along with you. I really don't need you to tell me you love me. I really just need you to tell me you want me. I really just need you to creep and just sit on the beach in the heat where it's sunny. He wanted the money, they wanted my honey, they wanted it from me. But they ain't getting mine, they wanted the dime, I wanted the 20. Ain't it funny when I say let's leave, I'm sure that she gon' come. We acting up, she got me cracking up, my shorty, she so fun. Rises up, let's pack a bag and hit the shore and beach for once. And since I can't stop thinking about her, then I'm sure that she the one.
You got me in the zone with you.
All I wanna do is get along with you. Let's get on, girl, I wanna go home with you. All I wanna do is get along with you.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back to another installment of the DJ Focus podcast. It's only three of us on the couch today, so you know what that means. High level conversation and a lot of arguing between me and Professor. It's one of those days, okay? We in it for the high level conversation today. So big shout out to everybody that's tuning in. Big shout out to our sponsors, New Life Legacies. Make sure y'all look them up. Make sure y'all go cop their new apparels that they got coming out. They are our first sponsor, and you know that's a dope brand. And big shout out to them for getting behind us, rocking with us, being with us, and you know making sure that you know they hold us down. We gonna get into our introductions, but before we get into our introductions, last week we was off because I was on vacation, which I had an amazing vacation, crazy. I needed it, I deserved it, but now we back. Okay. We got a crazy lineup for y'all this summer. This summer is going to be ridiculous when it comes to our guests on the DJ Focus podcast. Every week we are booked with somebody new. Every week we got somebody, you know, different coming to the podcast from different walks of life. We got designers, we got activists, we got musicians, we got rappers, we got singers, we got authors. We got a whole lineup. Religious folks. We're going to be getting into it all year long. I'm telling you, we're going to have that high-level conversation that all of y'all love and that all y'all tune into the DJ Focus podcast for. So, with that being said, I'm going to introduce you to our panelists. Of course, he don't need no introductions. My co-host is my partner, my main man, 50 Grand. Skip the peanut butter, I'm ready to jam. But go ahead and tell the people who might not know who you are, my brother.
Ooh, y'all already know who it is. Professor Bars. Hip Hop's formula, pen plus pad plus mic equals MC squared. Shout out to the Focus DJ Focus podcast. We about to get into a very, very good discussion tonight. One of those discussions that we will be getting into also is DC Young Fly's late partner. So
Right.
RIP to her as well. It will be it can be a very sensitive conversation for those watching, you know.
So buckle your seatbelts.
So just keep that in mind.
Viewer discretion is advised.
But for the most part, though, what we're going to discuss mainly is not her, but the surgery itself. As we had a discussion regarding that on the prior podcast, we're going to tie that back in because it was only a few weeks ago where we talked about it. So
Right.
kind of ironic, actually. You know?
Right. Okay, so that's the professor. Everybody knows him. Everybody loves him. My man got the knowledge on deck, and he got some stats for y'all today. So y'all better pay attention and listen. We want y'all learning over here. All right, when you leave here, we want y'all to learn. We want to make it entertaining, but we also want y'all to learn. All right, to my right, your left. Explain who you are, my main man. 50 grand.
The name is Master. Yes, the real name is Master. Mr. One of 283 people, but I'm a rarity. Here to spread knowledge and wisdom to everybody. It's not about just one person against the other. It's all about mutual understanding and coming to a compromise.
That's right.
So let's be able to sit here and compromise, you know, and understand each other with the knowledge that we're about to spread today, because it's going to get real serious.
It's going to get serious.
It's gonna get
And I tell you, I ain't coming to compromise. I'm coming to argue. Say not like that. No, I feel you though. You know, you got to be able to understand, listen to one another, and hopefully find some sort of common ground without yelling and screaming. I'm sorry, I was yelling and screaming about 4 weeks ago. I told myself I wasn't gonna be yelling and screaming no more. I ain't gonna do it. So now we got the introductions, the brief introductions out the way. We're going to get into this high-level conversation. But first of all, I want to say, Fusion Festival 2023 is coming up next month. Y'all better make sure y'all tap in. Go online right now, FusionFestival.com. We have so much planned for you at the Fusion Festival. I'm talking dance competitions. I'm talking live bands. I'm talking fashion shows. I'm talking Latin hour. I'm talking Caribbean hour. I'm talking, you know, live performances, live singers. We got bouncy houses for the kids, 2 stages. We got vendors galore. We got face painting and all types of stuff. Hourly games every hour, raffles, tickets, all that. Lehigh Valley's top DJs, top promoters on it. It's going to be like a big 2-day day party festival / the biggest cookout alright, that the Lehigh Valley ever seen. Fusion Festival 2023. Make sure y'all pull up to that next month, July 22nd and 23rd. Okay, let's get into the high-level conversation, ladies and gentlemen. I want y'all active in the chat today. If you are watching this, if you are on any one of the platforms that we on, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, Bigo, all of the rest of them, Twitch, if you on any one of those platforms, we need your comments. We giving out cash apps once again. 50th comment, 100th comment, 200th comment. We giving out cash apps. So make sure y'all get in the chat, y'all get active, and y'all get a part of this high level conversation. Okay. All right. So our first segment, I should say, is our current event segment, which we're gonna get into some sensitive things. So I want y'all to brace yourselves, and I want y'all to know that viewer discretion is advised. So our first discussion, we're going to talk about the tragic death of Jackie O. May she rest in peace. DC Young Fly's wife. We're not going to, get into her death so much as we are going to get into the circumstances surrounding it, how that affects the community, how it affects other people, and how that could affect the future of women going forward, right? So, before we do that, we're going to give a quick moment of silence to Jackie O, because, I'm a man with a wife, 3 kids, and that thing hit me deeply and personally. So we're going to give a quick moment of silence. Rest in peace, Jackie O. So, recently, as we know, DC Young Fly lost his partner, his wife, partner in crime from the dangerous Brazilian butt lift procedure. According to doctors, this is one of the most dangerous procedures, or the most dangerous cosmetic procedure on the market. This procedure leads into, I think, 1 out of every 3,000 women pass away from this, which seems like a high, number. But when you dealing, a low number, a high number. But when you're dealing with a, nice volume of women that's getting this nowadays, it can, come on your doorstep quicker than possible. It's dangerous, they say, because there is veins that go all through the buttocks of the woman. And if fat is injected to one of these veins, it will immediately, go to, through their bloodstream to their heart, to their lungs, or whatever, and immediately kill them. So these little small veins that's all, throughout a woman's butt, they make this the most dangerous procedure that there is. So, with that being said, I'm going to start with Professor. What is your take on her death and how it correlates with the growing trend of women going through these BBL procedures?
All right. So as far as this goes, her death, everyone's sorry for the loss. The thing about her is that BBL surgeries are very common, and like he stated, 1 in 3,000 have a mortality rate to those BBLs. So it's not like Jackie O was the first one, right? And so how Jackie O correlates with this is now, because she had a big following, now because everyone knows who DC Young Fly is, everyone gets a look at the life of someone who's getting those BBLs, and they might reconsider it, because we probably couldn't count how many times someone died from it, right? But we never heard of it,
Right.
And every podcast I'm all about someone on awareness,
Right.
So I wanted to be very careful about what I said. It's not like, we wanted her to die,
Right.
but it's like sometimes God works in mysterious ways,
Right.
and sacrifices, like, for example, would be made. So in this perspective, it's like she is the reason why more women can see what can happen, because as many women that, like I said, probably died from it, no one knew about it.
Right.
And that's the sad part about it, because women, it's a growing trend. Let's keep getting this. Let's keep doing it, even though someone's dying from it and we don't know about it. But now we know about it.
Right.
That could have probably took out half of the women that's thinking about it, that were thinking about it before Jackie O died. Jackie O had a big following, right? And her following was probably going to increase because of that surgery as well. Not because of what it does to her, but because of the fact that she's getting it and she's Jackie O and
Right.
she's DC Young Flies. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
This popularity alone, it lets people know the awareness. It gives a bigger population. It's sad that she had to be the one, but it's also sad that many other people had to die before her and no change was made.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it hurts. It hurts, but we hope to see a positive thing out of it. I watched DC Young Fly's speech, and most speeches at funerals are pretty sad. He had a lot of wisdom. He was on the sense of, I'm going to carry around a smile on my face, even though deep down inside, like this is hurting. But I can't teach y'all that a loss in our family is a reason to give up. And, his speech was just like so knowledgeable. It was so crazy for a funeral, and he was able to carry that smile even at that speech that he was talking about. DC Young Fly was even being a little bit, on the comedian side, had people laughing a little bit.
Right.
He showed his emotional side, but it was a lot of wisdom coming from him that I've never seen before. And that's the perspective I took. It was like he learned from it. He's going to hurt, but he learned from it. And and now there's the possibility that a lot of women can learn from her death.
Yeah, I totally agree with you. I think it's a learning experience for, women who may be potentially wanting to get this procedure to say, is it really worth it? You kind of playing Russian roulette when you get on that big shout out to Indigenous Black Man. Indigenous Black Man, I see you in the chat, my boy. But you know, it's like playing Russian roulette. It's like, it gives people cautious awareness to where they like, hold on, is it really worth my life? You know, is this cosmetic procedure really worth my life? I mean, are women going to continue to get it? Yeah. I mean, I think they're going to continue to take that gamble, you know, when you talk about 1 in 3,000. But I do think that it can be a deterrent, and it can be, you know, potentially, you know, save the life of somebody who is potentially going to get it down in the long run and may have not had good outcomes. You know what I'm saying? So, we're going to ask you that same question. How do you feel about our sister's tragic death, and how do you think it correlates with the growing trend of women going through BBL surgeries?
Oh man, with the growing trend of BBLs, I think the biggest issue is how women, like, all right, so like they'll see a woman get a BBL, and then they'll see how good she looks, and they'll see how much attention that she receives from that. So within that sense right there, they want to receive it just as well. So when I see, you know, women constantly getting BBLs, it's because they don't have that, you know, they don't have that security within how their body is, just because of how they see other men fantasize. So it makes them want to do that. And like you said before, it's going to continuously happen. But I feel like, you know, with it happening to, you know, Jackie O, you know, rest in peace to her. I feel like in that sense, it's allowed, you know, women to, you know, actually put that pause within trying to do that, because they understand the risk factors that they're, you know, that comes with that, you know. And honestly, like, you can't stop them from doing it, because, like, you know, with the media today, and you know how like, you know, women look, and you know, it's not just us that fantasize women, even women fantasize women. Yeah. So even with that sense right there, it's just like, you know, women are constantly going to be interested within doing these things. But I feel like when things like this happen to people within a bigger platform, they have that, you know, that mindset to be like, okay, do I really want to go through this? Because they understand they can't see her change after that, and they understand the complications that come, you know, with it, just by her within itself, because they don't know. They'll never tell you about anybody else where it went, you know, any woman's BBL where it went bad. Yeah. Because they don't want to get that out. They want you to change your body. They want you to be, you know, something that you're not. And, you know, everyone's being accepted for that, and you get the likes for that and the loves for that. And, you know, in that sense right there, it makes women also want the same thing. But, you know, when it comes down to all of that, it's like, that happening to Jackie, it'll make them just think about it mainly. That's like the main thing right there, because you don't know what's going. You don't know if it could be you. 1 in 3,000, like that. 3,000. It may sound like a lot. It may seem like a lot to everybody else, but 3,000, and it's like 7.8 billion. You don't know how many women you could be one of the 3,000. Yep. You feel what I'm saying? And you never know. So with that happening to Jackie, I think it allows them to sit here and, you know, think before they actually act, without seeing and then acting.
Because that 1 in 3,000 is one too many.
1 in 3,000 is absolutely one too many. Yep. You know, and for that, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know, man. You know, it just puts pause. It puts pause on me, definitely. Like, you know what I mean? Like, nah, I'm cool. I mean, I don't want to put my shorty up under that knife, man, and just risk that. You know what I mean? And no, I couldn't do it. No, not no more. No, never again. Can't do it. So, our next question. Do you think, my brother, get that for me? Do you think that Jackie O's death will be taken into consideration by women now? You know, like, do you think that, well, we kind of just asked that question. Will they still go through the procedure? All right, so let me ask it this way. How many women do you think this will actually deter? Do you think it'll deter a lot of women from going through this procedure? Or do you think it'll just be something that women sweep under the rug and then go right back to it?
I honestly feel like it's something that women are going to sweep under the rug.
Yeah.
I only want to say women are going to sweep that. Only want to say women are going to sweep that under the rug because this is the first celebrity, let's say, or not even celebrity, let's say famous person that they've witnessed that had like a death behind a BBL. And most women, they think about it all the time. They look at themselves in the mirror. Oh, I want bigger lips, or I want bigger boobs, or I want a bigger butt, things of that nature. So it's just like it's like, okay, this one person, oh yeah, it's 1 in 3,000. She could be that 1 in 3,000. They're like, oh, this not gonna happen to me.
Yeah.
It's not gonna be me. I know the best surgeon inside in the world. I'm gonna go travel to him right now. It's not gonna stop them. But the thing is like I do also believe that if it continuously happens, women are gonna be more conscious, with being hesitant to sit here and do that. Because if stories constantly see and come up, they'll think about it. But it hasn't. It hasn't. So one death isn't going to be taken serious.
And you see what I was saying, like in the first, like the last question, was regarding how it correlates, with her death. And what I was saying was that it's an opportunity for them to see it. But as far as this question go, will they? Like the fact that they see it, yeah. But I mean, we do a lot of stuff on a daily basis that we risk our lives with. Every day.
Yeah.
And a BBL is something you're going to get once and then that's it. 1 in 3,000 is a lot when you look
Not
at.
every women though. Some women be going back for round 2, round 3, round 4.
Maybe so. Well, I will hope that's a very small percentage.
That's all due to success. That's all due to success.
But you see, my point is just that like BBLs are a popularity thing. We can relate it to a lot of stuff. Popularity is. And this society is mainly revolved around temptation, and so like we're tempted to make bad decisions that risk our lives on a daily basis. So the fact that they see Jackie O, that she passed away from a BBL is not going to be the determining factor that says we're going to stop. We're just hoping that, her being a celebrity opens more people's eyes because she's a celebrity. I mean, goodness sake, like her funeral was on YouTube. How many funerals have there been for people who had BBLs and did not make it? Her funeral was on YouTube. The last funeral I seen on TV was Michael Jackson's.
But listen, I think that it's more than just a popularity thing. I mean, on a base level, yes, but I think it's also a self-esteem thing, and to walk out the house confident every day and confident in your appearance, that does worlds for your stress levels. It does worlds for, your emotional stability. If you are looking at yourself and you are unhappy every time you look in the mirror and you got a chance to take your income tax check and pretty much change that, and then you see a lot of women doing it and being successful, like, you like, damn, Jackie O, rest in peace. But I don't know nobody personally, but I do know a few girls who got it done. So you thinking, oh, that's not going to be me.
Because of your circles.
But
your echo chambers, like, girl, you're going to be good,
Big shout out to everybody in the chat. Shakis One, Candace, Yans, Indigenous Black Man, everybody who hopping in the chat, man. We appreciate y'all. Keep on keeping the chats coming. Go ahead, though.
Yeah, like, echo chambers, the people around you, like, whoa. Women that are considering the surgery, and they tell their friends, they're going to tell them, yeah, she passed away, but like, you're going to be good. Like, that hardly happened, girl. Y'all know how that conversation go,
I honestly don't think women take that serious, bro.
Yeah, I mean,
like, it sounds mad crazy, but I don't think they take that serious. Like, if it's one person, like, it's just one person, and then they'll be like, okay, that's just one person. Like, that's literally just how it is. They're like, okay,
that's
but it won't be me. And it's like, it's like just that right there just influenced them enough to see and want to continuously get it. But it's like, why isn't that one person enough for you not to want to sit here and get it? So that's where you have that feud. Some of them are going to be on that boat, but then some of them aren't.
We see people every day live certain lives where they have to risk their life on a daily basis, So that's my point. And some of those people are doing stuff that you're supposed to be doing, where you're risking your life.
You risk your life every day you get on 78.
Yeah, true, but there are
you
some
on the
things.
highway.
No, like you wait. Sure, you wanna speak like. In that sense, yeah. At any given time, you can die, right? But I'm saying like, you're kind of pushing it. There are certain things you do where you're kind of pushing it,
Mhm.
right? And so you have on one side where it's like, I'm pushing it, but I'm doing it for the good. Let's say like if you're a cop, you know, not all cops are bad. And the fact is, cops, they put their life on the line every day. You know what I'm saying? You're wearing there's been cops that have been killed because they're wearing a cop uniform.
Mhm.
That's a risk you want to take. You don't
go
have to go
looking
into
for
that field, but at the same time, you're not going to regret it morally. But then there's other things that you do where you risk your life that you might regret morally. You know what I'm saying? Now, BBL probably wouldn't fall within the issue of being something that's like,
I think the difference
really
is
mad.
with the BBLs is that
yeah, it's
you
a big
don't
difference with
need them.
BBL.
Like, you need to work. You need to go out there and get money to feed your family. It's a necessity in life. So you more worried about that paycheck. Cops risk their life. Firemen
True.
risk their life. But then, like you said, it's also a moral factor there. Like, I feel like I'm saving people. I feel like I'm doing something. But a lot of women do it out of vain purposes, and everybody know vanity is a sin. Like that, being vain is not good. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, we're also creating today. We're creating just Instagram models out of nothing, and we did make the point that some women could be getting BBLs to use it as a way to make more money off of their looks.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Instagram models, strippers. You know, any type of socialites, anybody that's out,
you know, and
in
like
the public eye.
And Jackie O could have been doing it for the sake, like could have been doing it to raise her image because honestly, she's Jackie O already. You know, you're good already. But obviously, she felt some need to get it. You know?
I mean, definitely. But I think with the mommy makeover, let me look up the mommy makeover.
It's a combination of a few of them, right?
Yeah, the mommy makeover I think is like a quick fix for after you have a baby. Like, you feel what I'm saying? Like, it's like a cosmetic surgery that's like a quick fix for after you have a baby. You know what I mean? I mean, and those, I mean, I guess you're right. You know, the quicker you get back right, the quicker you can get back to work, the quicker you can get back to the mission of raising your you know what I'm saying, your popularity, self-esteem, whatever the case may be. You know what I mean? Like,
I think it plays a big part with like postpartum.
so a mommy makeover can include any combination of the following: tummy tuck, breast augmentation, breast lift, liposuction, vaginal rejuvenation, surgery. So, you know, I mean, I don't know what procedure she was getting. I heard she was getting a BBL procedure. I mean, I don't see that in this list, but I don't know. I heard she was getting a mommy makeover. So, you know, it's just tough because you know, you go in there, you've been in these procedures before. She's had interviews talking about this. You know what I mean? That she has been in these, had these procedures before. So, you know, it's just tough because you go up in there and you're thinking everything's gonna be good, and then you end up being that one risk. You know, that one case out of the 3,000. You know what I mean? It really sucks.
So what did you mean?
Now, before, like, not speaking for every woman, but I believe in Jackie O's situation, what I do see what a lot of women go through in certain times is after they give that kid, they lose that sense of confidence. So they lose that security that they have, that confidence that they had once within themselves because they had to sit here and bear a child. Now, I'm not saying that DC wasn't that man that, you know, sit here and tried to, you know, let's see how I can say lift this woman up or sit here and give her positivity. You feel what I'm saying? Yeah. It's you can do as much as you feel like is necessary, but in the end, if the woman wants to, the woman wants to, you know. And sometimes, you know, it's not really the man itself. Sometimes it's, you know, the woman, what she sees, you know, because the media is a very, very strong thing. Facts. So what you may see, you know, you may see and accept your woman, you know, no matter what, you know, as appealing as she may be to you, just to say you accept it. But how she feels towards society is also a big thing within women nowadays. So that can also play a big factor. On top of that, she has a very large, you know, large platform just as well. So she wants to be, you know, appealing to the media too just as well. So she wants to be able to keep up with the new looks, you know, with the new fashions and things like that. And, you know, within that sense, it kind of creates a lot of risk factors because women aren't concerned, you know, about their health, you know, in that sense right there, because they understand, they already know the risk factors, but they don't care about it because they know in the end, if it's successful, that it will also increase the attention that they already get from the media.
It's true. And when it comes to the health factor, of it, not only can you potentially die on the table, but you can potentially, sculpt yourself into a body that looks good on the outside, but your insides is horrible because you ain't eating right. You're not doing what you're supposed to do to make sure that your insides is taken care of, that you putting into your body the right nutrition and, vitamins, nutrients, minerals, and all of that. But go ahead.
Oh no, I was basically what you were saying. Like how she feel. Let me see, how he feels about her, right? It's totally different, probably a lot less important than how she feels about herself versus how society feels about her, or how she thinks society feels about her. Those two, how she feels about herself and society, is a lot more important to her than, so he can say whatever you want, but more than likely she's still going to make that decision, because she still has to go out there in the world, and then she still has to look in the mirror, You're not going to be there 24/7 letting her know that she's good.
Certain things, like I'm reading this, like the mommy makeover and all of that, and like when you talk about like vaginal rejuvenation and breast augmentation, breast lift, these things, after having a baby, your breasts be naturally sagging, and your cooter, for lack of a better term, your vagina, your vajayjay, they be it's all stretched out and different things. So some of it might be, to try to get back that youthful look that you lose from have bearing children. You understand what I'm saying? Like, so it's a self-esteem thing still and all, yes, but it's you trying to give yourself the fountain of youth and trying to do it in a way, a quick way. I would tell you this, there's natural, remedies, or if you will, to all of these things, right? So if you having a child, women don't know that, like, when you breastfeed your child, it like pulls on like your diaphragm or some shit and like helps you to lose some of that excess fat that you gain from getting pregnant. Like, it's scientific, explanations and ways you can do these things, healthy ways. You understand what I'm saying? So I advise all women to look up the healthy ways to get to your goal. You know what I mean? Whatever it is, get to your goddamn goal. But all right, that was good. So let's get into our next current event. That was a pretty good topic. Well, first, before we get into our next current event, let's read some of these chats. Let's go back up. Let's get some snaps for you coming back. Oh yeah, let's get some snaps for me coming back, and us getting right back to the grind.
Fact.
You understand what I'm saying? We're gonna be here every week, man. We building something here. You feel me? High level conversation, positive platform. Good knowledge for the people. That's all we want to do. We want to make sure that when you leave here, you done learned some shit. You had a good time, but you done learned some shit. Now let's get to your chats, because we want y'all to be involved in this. Indigenous Black Man says, shaking my head, most women get the butt lift to compete with other women, not for her man. That's a good point. It's a good point. A lot of y'all out here competing, getting this to not even to please your man.
So how
you out here trying to put that thing on the market?
So I want to know, how does that competition?
Oh yeah, with your no good self.
How's that competition look with being so they, like, is it because like how the shape, like my doctor did my shape better than yours, or how's that competition go then?
No, I mean,
I personally feel like it's being able to compete with the amount of attention you receive.
But then, but it's almost the same amount. Like you see an ass.
But
as far as men go, we don't know.
But then,
women, I hear women all the time.
It's what kind of ass. It's what kind of ass. It's what kind of ass.
You can't compete if you're not in the game. And at the end of the day, women getting the BBLs and all that to put themselves in the game so that they can be even competitors. My nigga, like, you got to be. How you gonna be in the game competing and you ain't in the race?
They feel like, personally, most of them feel like if the ass is bigger, if it shakes a little bit more, then that's gonna get them the most attention. So if you're a woman with a smaller ass and don't shake as much, you feel like if you get a bigger ass and shake a little bit more, you're gonna get to the attention.
It's the Coke bottle Jessica Rabbit.
You can already have the attention, but the point is that like we said before, like the guy said on the chat, is that women want to compete with other women. So I want more attention than you.
Right.
That's really what it is. I want more attention to you. It's not about what my man says. It's not about what my man says. I know my man gives me attention, but it's about what society says. I want the attention from society.
And some men do send their women over there because they want their women to be in the race to compete. I don't want to. I'm looking at these other girls looking all fine. I'm like, you know what? Damn, my shorty fine too. I get her a little joint. She gonna. I mean, like, so it is
So
men as well pressuring they shorty.
So I guess what is that indication that you're winning in the competition?
Well, there's various indicators. How much money you getting? If you're doing it for money, you get
Okay.
more money than her.
So-
If you're doing it to attract the eye of a high value man, and you got you a good man relationship, and you doing it, I mean, you can call yourself potentially winning the race that way. But
I can see the money thing. That's a big one. So like,
It's
alright,
a primary
money and
reason.
views, right?
money, views, husband, anything like that.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
So yeah, all right. So yeah, that's basically what they're probably competing. Because you see, like when because when they said the competition is, I was like, I had to verify exactly what we mean by competition.
Well, that's what-
I'm like, there's a woman with a fat ass, see another woman with a fat ass, and like her fat ass don't look better than my fat ass. You know what I'm saying?
No,
Like,
that's
But then you
exactly
can
what
also
competition
you
look
can
like.
also
That's all, you know
then
what
it
I'm saying?
also becomes in a competition with men, as he said before, because sometimes men can also be like, my woman's ass is fatter than yours.
Yeah, like, you know,
My,
like
my woman's body is better than yours.
Look,
When you reach a
man-
certain level,
listen, a man
you
might
wanna
not
have the-
say it. A man might not say it, but trust and believe when he walks
85-year-old
When he walk into
85-year-old
his
wealthy
room-
man.
and no, any man when he walk into his room and this girl got the best body, he
I don't disagree
proud,
with that.
my nigga.
I don't disagree, but
So if he
that's
walking
that's
into-
a very mental
so if he
competition
walking
though,
into
for her
two
to be
people-
like, yo, I hope my man is telling his niggas that.
No,
that's what I'm saying though.
nah, it's
Like,
not that though.
It's not something to
not-
debate with. I'm just
nah,
saying,
it's
like,
not
we're
that.
talking about a theory here
It's
of
not
how
that.
they're thinking. That's what I'm saying. This ain't a debate. I'm not saying that I'm right about anything. I'm saying that, like, how are they thinking as far as the competition go? We can't really say how they're really thinking. We don't have the right to say this is what women are really thinking, but we can theorize it though, right? So that's not an argument. You understand what
No,
I'm
I
saying?
get it. What
Alright.
I'm saying is, innately, a man want to have the baddest joint in the room, and if I walk into
Can't
enough
disagree.
rooms, and my joint is not nowhere near the top tier, then either I'm going to try to get a new one, or I'm going to try to water my grass and get her to be more of the top tier. It's only but so much top tiering you can do. I put lashes on you. We hit the gym together. We doing all of this. We working out. But still in all, you got two bee stings up here and a flat booty. Now the nigga like, all right, well listen, you in a gorgeous 10 dime piece face. So he still want his woman to compete. He like, listen, I'm gonna go send you the DR, $10,000. We gonna get you a chest. Gonna get you there. Now you gonna be better than when we walk into a room. Now you gonna be top of every. It's innately in any man to want to have the baddest joint in the room. Like it just is. Like, you feel me? But all right, let's go back to the chat. Candace Tyner is definitely gonna change minds, but there are women whose mind is already set, even if death can happen. I totally agree with you there. Shocking. Some might consider it, but a lot will still go for it, knowing the risk, and they will go to places like DR to get surgeries at a cheaper price and higher risk. This is true. Women are going to keep doing that. Shout out to Yans G Europe. I see you. BBLs need 5 to 8 years of maintenance. Yeah. They don't want to put the work in at the gym to get it naturally. I agree with you there. For certain women, some women bust their ass and still got weird bodies where they butt is in the front and they fucking, you know, them weird body girls. It happens. Alright. So, you know, on certain occasions I agree with you. Let's see. Her butt wasn't that big. She had everything else though. I agree with you there. Youngest baby is 10 months. So, yep, mommy makeover. Jewel Santana wife Kim Bella says she got surgery cause she got tired of being cheated on with women that had better natural bodies. You know what? You know, that's a thing too, you know? Like, some women are just blessed as shit. Some women just come out the womb gorgeous, nice chest, and then they eat Big Macs and shit, and they go straight past their stomach to their legs and their thighs and their butt. And it's like, yo, how did you just get so... Your fat only goes to where it's supposed to. Like, your metabolism running high. You know, you just got the perfect little frame, perfect little body. And the more rich dudes are, the more they're going to go find that natural good body. Nowadays, women can pay $10,000 and compete with all of them women. Yeah, a lot of women is going to go do that because they want that natural body. I agree with you there.
I gotta ask this though.
A
You
bitch
think
can be the baddest without the body focus.
Joel Santana wife. You know what he said. You think that's a real valid point?
She can be bad, but she can't be the baddest. Mind, body, and soul. In order for her to be the baddest, mind, body, and soul. She got to be dime piece in and out for her to be the baddest. Go ahead, ask your question. Hold on.
Yeah, coming off to the comment, Joel Santana wife, John.
Yeah, right.
You think his wife? You think that's a good reason for her to get a BBL? Because is it going to stop it for real? Like I think you said what for cheating, right? Stop him because she got tired of being cheated on, so she only got a BBL. You think that's going to stop him?
No. Hell no.
It's a bad reason to get a BBL.
Nothing will stop a man from cheating.
I ain't gonna
That
say-
nigga want to cheat, he gonna cheat.
I ain't gonna say it's a good reason, but it's a better reason than
Then what?
than.
Because we say mostly it's for the
Oh no,
image
she
and
trying to
making
keep
money.
her husband.
She trying to keep.
She fighting to keep her husband.
Yeah, but he
So-
cheated. He ain't go nowhere. She got him still, right?
And then you gave him a whole
or to
different
please her
body.
husband or to be the best.
Honestly, you could have
You
gave
said
him.
it's
You could have
Joel
gave him.
Santana,
You could have gave
you
him.
got a
You could have gave him
high value
another
dude.
woman with a
that
different
was a
body.
dumbass reason.
Yeah,
I
how
kinda
about you
agree
do
with
like
that.
it's a
Maybe that's
rapper?
true.
What do you expecting for this?
All right, back to the chat. Weird body people, I'm dead. It's true. Shit.
I get
It's
BBL
very
and don't
risky
work
to
out.
have a
That shit
child,
crazy.
and we still do it. I think that's how a lot will see it. I kind of agree with you, but one is a necessity. One is you procreating, recreating life. You know, everybody innately, naturally wants a child. It's just in our DNA, biological makeup. That's how God made us. You know, everybody doesn't want BBLs. You know what I'm saying? Like, so, but you know, everybody does want to be better. Everybody does want to be the best representation of themselves, and everybody does want to have good self-esteem when they come the fuck out the front door. So, you know, I agree with you. I agree with you, all of you. I love everybody. Don't forget, we're giving out cash apps, so keep them comments coming because we get into the 50th comment and we're giving out cash apps, point blank, period. All right, we need to speak to the person who created this surgery in the first place. I agree with you. All right, let's go back up to the next topic. This one is a little bit more funny. This one is a little bit more funny. Could you
Start that D.
go up?
Start that.
Oh, start at D. Okay.
Yeah, I got you.
All right. So, all of y'all heard, I'm sure, about YK Osiris and what he been doing over the past couple days, acting a goddamn fool, acting like a heathen. He out here grabbing people and carrying on. What the hell? Damn. Like, grabbing the face is wild, though. Like, grabbing the face is wild. Do we got that? Shit, damn.
If you ever wanted to see a nigga that get no
Grabbing the face
pussy,
is wild. I'm sure you can bring that up on YouTube though, because we don't need the
oh man,
audio for that one. Try to see if you can bring that up on YouTube.
Talk about going
I'm telling you like
outside.
this now, grabbing the face is wild, bro. So YK Osiris trying to kiss what's her name?
Sukiana.
Suki with the good.
Suki with the good coochie.
Okay,
Yeah.
Try it.
I'm gonna say he kissed her.
He did.
Yo, I'm gonna say he kissed her. I looked at that damn video. I'm gonna say that man gave her a good quick smooch.
Definitely.
But-
kissed her, bro.
The man is facing a bunch of backlash right now, and it gets us into a deeper conversation of Me Too movement, consent. What is consent? What should be considered consent? What is considered sexual assault? All of the extra. But let's get into this. Let's get into. You ready?
Yeah, it's in YouTube short form. We're gonna try to find the full video.
If you can play that, let's. Oh, it's emailed too.
Is this one right? I just gotta put it on stream.
Yeah, put that on the screen. Put that on the screen so that you can see this nut. Cause look, I'm gonna keep it a band with you. Stay away from these damn women. Like, men, be smart. This the Me Too time of the movement, and trust and believe the rules is not the same. Your ass will go to jail. Stay away from these.
You gotta be smarter than
You gotta be smart. All right,
You gotta
ready?
be smarter than Matt, my boy.
All right, go ahead, play it. Play it. This nigga here.
What, they cut it? Now there you go. Oh, he down.
You see this guy? That right there, I think she kissed him back a little bit. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't gonna lie, cause she lifted her head up towards him and kind of smooched. Like she ain't like girls when you go in for the kiss, they go the other way. Like you feel me? But then again, he grabbed her forehead, which is he grabbed her.
like right.
But she did kind of lean up and smooch. You feel me? Like so. I don't know.
All right, so
Now, with that being said, grabbing the jaw is wild. Like, don't be putting grabbing the jaw is wild. Like, that's a little too much for me. All right, so we gonna get into the conversation. We gonna start with you, Master. What the hell? We gonna start with you.
Man.
How do you feel about YK Osiris's decision to put lips on that girl? Was it no big deal, or was he wrong?
all right, boom. So I'll never justify a nigga for trying to sit and kiss a woman, do anything with a woman without her consent. But prior to him prior to him trying to get a kiss, it was actually another scene where they were actually going back and forth, and she was giving off the energy, which I understand. When he apologized, he said, "Oh, I read the energy wrong," but she was giving off the energy, that she may have wanted something with him. She didn't necessarily give consent to a kiss or anything like that, which I understand, but she gave that energy as if she wanted something.
To
from
elaborate
him.
what you're saying on, it was like they was having that conversation where she basically told him, you can't handle her.
Mm-hmm.
She can't, like, he can't handle her. And so it's like you kind of give a young boy that challenge, and so like you emasculating
Yeah, but
him.
grabbing the face is wild.
No one
Exactly.
No one justifying it, right? So it's like in his situation, like he's probably looking at it like, oh, what you trying to do? You know
Yeah,
what I'm saying?
like, do you want me to
Young
be
boy-
assertive? You want me to take control? Like, what
because
the hell?
a grown man mentality, like, no, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, no, I ain't gonna do that. Like, that's crazy.
Mhm.
There's many ways to, you know what I'm saying? Like, you can be clever and not do that. You know what I'm saying? But he's probably taking it like, oh, is that a challenge? You know what I'm saying? All right, well, let me show you what I can do. That's what it looked like, because they was having this convo and she was talking trash. Like, she was talking trash like you couldn't do, like, you couldn't handle.
Exactly,
You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? So I'm like, all right.
Listen, if you lean in for a kiss, Shorty's supposed to lean back. Period. The only time you're supposed to grab face is if it's like this sensual, y'all face to face, and you like
That shit
rub
get
her
real
ear, grab her
serious.
face, caress her chin.
You ever watch Hitch?
Grabbing her
90%.
face to turn her to you this way is wild.
Nigga said, so I was like,
Nigga.
yo, what? Nigga?
That shit is wild. Now, with that being said, Elizabeth Abel, I agree with you, Elizabeth. I agree with you. To a degree. It did all look like fun. She was laughing. She was like, oh my God. I even think she looked back up and smooched him a little bit. She gave him a kiss.
Chill, they were
him a kiss.
They were doing another interview. They were doing another interview, I believe, and not mistaken. I think it was like three brothers up there, and then it was Suki, and then it was also YK. I think that's what was going on at the time right there. Because even when he leaned down and tried to kiss her, all the dudes was like, oh.
Now
They didn't even know what to do.
they ain't know what to do with that. Now me personally, listen, stay away from them, all of them. If a woman ain't up on you or whatever, double standard or not. Oh, but if she touched me, it's not a. You damn right, it ain't a problem. Come on, girl. If she touching you, she grabbing you, whatever, cool. But all this grabbing up on women and in this day and age, your ass going to jail. Period. Your ass is going to jail. Like you know what I'm saying? Like now. I agree with Shorty. It looked like it was all fun. Everybody was laughing. Everybody was this, this and the third. Oh no, man! It just seemed a bit over, especially the second grab. You know what I mean? But
The second one, because she didn't react. Like, she was like, yo, where you?
Oh, all right. But like she's saying, she turned around. She ain't even going to the form kiss. Her mouth was still wide the fuck open when he went down. You feel what I'm
she
saying?
looked back up, laughed. Oh no!
I don't know, man. Look,
So let me ask you a question. Her new single is called "Slut Me Out." Do you think that do you think that played into his decision at all to try to attempt to do that? And do you think it should have? Like, if it did, it was right or was that like, nah, it don't matter?
It was all right. Listen. That shit was
the pin code.
The shit was wrong with how he went about it. But hell yeah, this is exactly this. Listen. This is exactly what men talk about when we talk about women putting themselves out there. This is what we talk about. Every man not gonna sit here and be just that noble and chivalrous guy. They're gonna sit here and be very assertive and be.
But
very
you know, it's
wanted.
not just that. You can't just have that status and have and be like, all right, since I have this status, come up to me. But it's that status in combination with the fact that she was egging them on. And when I mean egging them on, it's like you're talking trash. You know, it's not like saying let's now, or you know what I'm saying. But it's like you So he could have said something, right, in response. I don't even know how she would have responded to it. Like, she said something crazy, like, you can't handle me. And
There's actually another clip of that, actually. There's actually another clip where a guy was actually talking to her extremely sexual, and she responded in a very sexual manner.
See what I mean?
He never engaged, but they had a very extreme sexual conversation. You feel what I'm saying?
So if he would have went with that, as opposed, you know what I'm saying?
If he would have just went along with just the conversation, just kept it at that, but the fact that he's here and he engaged afterwards, and that's why I understand exactly, you know, when he's sitting here and he say he apologized, only because he read it wrong, which is completely understandable. But
because
she
at the
already,
same time, he
but
read
she,
it right,
but
he
she,
read it wrong.
exactly, because she already put herself all out there
that's my
already.
point.
That's literally like, come on, bro. Like there was just a video
She
like,
has
that came
the
from off of
status
Twitter
already, and
not
then
too
she's
long
in
ago.
the conversation
They were
with-
like, oh yeah, she was zombie making zombie.
Pull the lyrics up for the song.
For which song?
Bro, she was making wasn't she making zombie sounds? Did y'all hear about that? She was making zombie sounds on Facebook or something like that.
Apparently, look,
didn't even know that.
when I showed my shorty the article or whatever, or the video or whatever, she was like, "Wait a minute, that's Suki from Love and Hip Hop. She's the biggest whore on the show." and I'm not saying that she is. I'm just saying that was quoted by people in my circle, not me.
She shouldn't have a problem with it. This song is
fuck?
called "Sweat Me Up."
And do not reflect the DJ Focus podcast.
It's not even that. Like, you created that platform for yourself. Like this is literally what you're known for. So it's just like, and that's the thing. It's like you can't. It's like, okay, you can. It's okay. Like you can want respect, but to demand it from every man is fucking crazy. Because you're already giving them a go ahead. Every man's not going to be like, okay, I'll wait for consent. No, they're going to be like, oh yeah, she's showing her ass, and I want some ass. Like it's really that simple. Why the hell would you show your ass and then be mad when niggas don't want to see and respect you? They only want some ass. It's not justifying what you did, but like, damn, you out here showing your ass.
Yeah, I mean, I can't find the lyrics. Apparently, NLE Chopper got a song with it. I don't know if this is the one. If she's a feature on this song,
When they had on the dog chains.
I don't know if she's a feature on it or she has her own song.
I'll find it.
Yeah, find that for me. Pull it up.
He said during that video they were well respected, quote unquote.
It's a shame. So look, my next question is, because they are flaming and frying this man up. They are saying that this is SA, sexual. I ain't gonna say the rest. So, and I'm gonna start with you, Professor. Do you think this rises to the level of sexual assault?
That's a sexual assault. I don't see. I would. I don't know the definition of sexual assault. On my end of it, it's whether or not it should be charged as a crime because of the fact that, like, it's like she made it the issue, you know. I was watching this one podcast where basically, like, because it was still up to her, like, you know what I'm saying, he was stupid, right? But it was one part, they was like, yo, you know, she could have just, like, pulled him to the side after, like, yo, I didn't appreciate that at all, this, that, to the third. It could have been easily dealt with. But, and what she did next, that comes up later, you know, in the conversation or whatnot. Like, what she did next, as far as I'm concerned, it kind of puts a stop to putting a legal hold on.
Shout out to the producer. Shout out to the producer. He found the lyrics quick. That nigga said, "I'll find it."
I got you.
She was well.
Okay, so look, this is the lyrics of big shout out to Quanta Tata. She on here next week. You know what I'm saying? That's gonna be our new co-host. Big shout out to Quanta. She about to be up here wailing and styling. And my dog. All right, so look, It says, this is Sukiana, okay? You know I'm kinky. When I ride it from the back, I might just lick on your feet. They call me Twinkie. Because every time I come, you know I be making it cream. Suck the dick from the back while my nose in your ass. At the same time licking your cheeks. Whoa. I'm an it girl and I'm really fine. So you know that this pussy ain't free. Spit in your face, then lick it up. Call my friend so you can put the D in her.
Yo.
Make him chew on it. This pussy done kiss on her. And there's both of us eating your D.I. Oh my God. In butt. Whoa. Yeah, I'm nasty, nigga. Harass me. F me raw. Then nut on my A cheeks. Call me bees and sleaze. Then slap me. You can piss on me like I'm Miami. Whoa. Whoa.
I mean, this stuff,
Real day in LA.
come on, y'all. This
You
stuff
need a
is
ratchet-
acceptable, but kissing, that's just inappropriate.
You need a ratchet B. Shout out to Unbiased, the big dog in the building.
Oh, shit. Yo.
You need a ratchet B like Sukiana. Finna back this Uchi like a Gucci wallet. Type Pussy and I snatch his condom. I eat the D with some Benihana.
What the fuck? Yo.
D to mouth, swallow your child. Alright, like Jeffrey Dahmer. This is wild.
Whoa. Yeah, what the fuck?
Bro, that's her verse.
Nah.
So this is her
Seek help.
verse.
Seek
Suki's
help.
verse on her new song entitled Slut Me Out.
But kissing is inappropriate.
But she was sexually assaulted
From a kiss.
from from a man trying to steal a kiss from her. All right, that's a bit much. Now, some people say it don't matter what the song is about. He shouldn't be doing that to her. I don't know. I think there's just some Me Too stuff going on a little bit. They trying to Me Too my boy. I mean, grabbing her face is wild. Like, men, don't be grabbing up on women. I stand by that statement. Don't grab. Come here, girl. Come here, girl. Like, that's wild. Any type of force, pressure, all that's wild. You feel me? However, a kiss compared to that was, I don't know. That's a little bit too much for me. All right, so should he be dealt with legally? Yes or no?
Ooh, I'm gonna go with
Yeah, he should be facing legally.
Hey,
Okay.
look. He touched the mouth. He touched the mouth and he forced the kiss.
I don't say no. I just wish that she would have handled it correctly.
She
went
should
to-
have.
She
She
went
should
to social
have.
media first, which makes
She
me
should
feel
have.
it's like she wanted the attention from what happened.
That
as
part
opposed
right
to
there.
actually handling. So it's like if it were the other way around. No, we want to went to the cops, and that wouldn't even been a.
But it's like, how can you take?
option.
How can you
Like,
take
she-
that? How
if
can you
she-
take it
if-
serious?
If she did it to her and him, right? If she did it to him, all right. Let's say she did the shit to Michael B. Jordan. You know what I'm saying? Women known to do shit to dudes that they find attractive in Hollywood on interviews and shit, right? So if she did the shit to Michael B. Jordan, we don't see Michael B. Jordan going on there, number one, live, and you know what I'm saying, I've been victimized. Number two, he's not going to hit up the cops about the shit, right? But if he has a problem with it, he might approach her, which is one thing that she should have did, right? She actually could have did that. Because if we already know his intentions, which is not to be a perv, but you just being like you being young boyish, like you're like, and she could have like, what is you doing? Like, what's wrong with you? She could have like, you being a weirdo
That's
right
an
now.
opportunity.
But do he deserve? Yes. Like he in general, you can't just walk up to somebody randomly. But at the same time, how she handled it, like, no, you being corny, shorty.
Yeah.
Like you, honestly, like, cause how it's only being considered whether
How
or
did
not.
she handle
Listen. It's only being considered how whether or not it should be a legal issue because she went on. You know what I'm saying? And was complaining about the ish. All right. Otherwise, if she didn't say anything, it would just been a video where he did the shit. You know, he did it and everybody moved on from it. But she went on. She was
But it
victimized.
wasn't her though. She didn't say nothing
Yes.
after the. No. Initially,
She did a video, bro.
No, and I know, but initially she didn't say nothing, and neither did he. She didn't do the video till after they flamed his ass up. When they start Me Tooing this nigga, when they start flaming him up,
Because they came out with the video first, and after that, that's when she came out with her little post or whatever. On
now
Twitter.
my boy Unbiased, shout out to Unbiased in the chat. He got it's the podcast that I used to be on. He got one of the dopest podcasts out too, straight conscious. You know what I mean? So follow him on YouTube, Unbiased. But he's saying bro is wrong, 100%. And he's saying because you got to treat Shorty just like the wholesome sister that's at Walmart. That's like, no, I care about my integrity. You know what I'm saying? That now, I don't know. He said she was being a professional, which I could respect. She didn't want to blast him because he'll be
I don't disagree with that.
because we will be getting on her about that next. Okay, so you know, listen. I heard reports that initially after he did it, she didn't say nothing. He didn't say nothing. There was no words coming from either camp. But once, you know, they Me Too the hell out this nigga, I think she used, you know, saw it as a good opportunity
use a platform.
to, you know what I'm saying, bring awareness to it. Good, bad, right, wrong, or indifferent. I don't think she was that traumatized by it. And quite frankly, she kissed him back.
Legally speaking, you doing young bullshit like that, you should be arrested.
She kissed
But
him
as far as
back.
how did, like I said, the dynamics.
Bring that
between
video
it-
up one more time.
Exactly,
One more time.
Exactly. That's exactly
saying.
that's what I'm saying right there on that part right there.
You guys were talking prior to this. Y'all know each other. Like this
Exactly.
wasn't random. Like, you know what I'm saying? He did some young bullshit. Like I said, this was a regular
Can
public
they see
jump.
that, what you doing right now?
Like
they see
basically
what you
everybody these days go based off of energy. Let's say that quote unquote energy. So if she giving off that energy, that's exactly what a young boy nowadays gonna say and go for. So if that's not what you want, you shouldn't
Girls
be
don't care
giving
about
off that energy.
The Me Too movement don't care about energy.
Now they care about attention.
I mean, no, look, a woman who can be as promiscuous and flirtatious as possible. Don't put your hands on her. Don't do none of that shit. Because I'm telling you like this now, that energy shit will get your ass locked up. But I was getting mixed signals.
Yes.
Play that video again.
As a black man in
I
America,
ain't gonna make- that was
consent
stupid.
as a
Like,
man
that was just
as a
crazy.
man in
Like,
America,
it looked
consent is
weird the whole
necessary.
time. I'm like, what
Consent
you
is
doing?
necessary.
Yo, listen, consent is 100% necessary. And now the game is rigged.
Ready?
40 years ago, trying to steal a kiss from a woman, 40 years ago, half the things we do right, you know, a few years ago, you
Boy.
had to, all right, look, let's look at this again. Look,
And he couldn't see her face
Look,
too.
she's
That's the
smi-
sad part.
yeah, he couldn't.
But
I give you that.
Cause she's like, what is wrong? And he's like,
His
yeah,
initial
I mean,
action
man.
came from what she said. It's like, oh, you want a man to take
That's
a
not
Can
the
we-
full video.
Can we,
That's not the one you just played.
that's not the one you just played. All right, we gonna bring that video back up because this guy is wild. But, I mean, at the end of the day, I want y'all to see the part where she kissed him back. You know what I mean? She kissed him back. So, all right, look, there we go right there. Look, right there. I mean, listen, I done tried to go in on women before on the kiss, and they block my shit. And they block it like this. They don't even let your lips get close to them.
Look at Duval. Duval, like, nah.
They don't even let your lips get close to them.
None of that shit.
Let alone look up and pucker their lips. You feel what I'm saying? So, I don't know. Let's see how this one plays out. Let's see.
Well, he was
See.
kind of turning as she was trying to turn. So
Yo, they got that shit up there. That man was accused of sexual assault. Now, let's look at the definition of sexual assault. Okay, let's look at the definition of sexual assault. Of SA. Sorry. I got to stop saying that. Sorry. All right, let's look at the definition. Okay. SA happens when someone. Hold on. No, that wasn't it. What are the counts of sexual assault? All right. Sexual assault. I'm bugging. All right. SA includes forcible object penetration, penetrating someone's VJJ or anus, causing that person to penetrate her or himself against that person's will, marital rape, unwanted sexual touching, sexual contact with minors with or without consent. Now, I mean, I guess that could kind of be misconstrued as inappropriate sexual touching, I guess. But I mean, they talk about penetrating, causing person to penetrate themselves, force object penetrating, sex with minors, marital rape, and then they throw sexual touching in there. I'm thinking they talking about something a little bit more deeper than trying to steal a kiss. You know what I mean? So, do we quote unquote want to say that he SA'd her? I don't know. I have no idea. I don't know. I think that's going a little bit too far. But all right. We're about to get into our next subject. But before we do that, I want to go to the chats. Because they going crazy in the chats right now. Let's scroll up a little bit. All right. Go back down. Go back up. Up.
You had this already.
Okay. Indigenous black man said he gonna start pressing the charges himself. Hey man, maybe that need to be happening.
That's what I do.
Go back up a little bit, right under the corner. Yeah. Before you know it, strangers will be grabbing her and pulling her on her. So maybe her legal defense or advisor said you got to make him example so it don't happen again. Good point. Good point. Unbiased. Snaps for that. Snaps for that one right there. Snaps for that. You cannot. That's a slippery slope. It's a rabbit hole. Next thing you know, they're going to be, talking about, oh, because of your music, I can do whatever I want to. Strangers going to be pulling up on her and grabbing up on her like, oh, this is what you really want. So, it might have been her lawyers, her legal team, her defense team that's like, yo, look, we're going to make an example out this nigga. We're going to make an example out him because at the end of it, I agree with you 100% there, unbiased. You get a snap for that. Yeah, that right there is right on point. All right, she lift her head up. She lift her head up or he moved it. She said, did she lift her head up or did he move it with her chin? I don't know.
Nah. He went from behind the head and then under the chin, kind of sorta. And he kind of like turned her, but it wasn't forceful because she was already going that way. She was like so it wasn't like she was necessarily trying to avoid it. That's why like when you look at it, it didn't like she was trying to avoid it. It kind of looked like she was like kind of just going with the flow, kind of sorta.
Yeah, like I mean, she was going with the flow, and I keep it real with you. Either he's strong as hell, or she wasn't resisting, cause there's no way he just did that and her head went all the way up. Like, bro, like any woman who ain't want to get kissed would have been like, soon as she grabbed it, or she'd be like, yo, what the fuck is wrong? Like, I know sisters. Sisters be like, hey, yo, what the fuck is wrong with, like, they really felt violated like that. Hey, yo, what's wrong with you? Like, don't do that, bro. Like, I'm not, you know what I mean? She was like, no. Oh, no.
I feel like once you reach a certain level inside of the industry, like when certain things happen, you gotta learn to like just quote unquote stay in character, kind of sort of like you just have to stay in character when things like that happen. Like you can't necessarily react and sit here, how you want to. Like the average woman, if you do something like that, yeah, she gonna react, probably gonna smack the shit out of you. She probably gonna sit and push the shit out of you. But once you reach that level of stardom, or basically being a celebrity, then in that sense right there, you can't necessarily react how you would want to naturally, only because you have to sit here and just keep yourself on that professional level. You want to be professional at all times.
Right. All right, big shout out to my brother Brooklyn Cakes hopping on the couch. He's about to sit out in the audience and yell and scream at us, but I said, you know what? We got an extra mic, so we're gonna let bro hop up on the couch with us and get it off his chest.
Thanks for having me.
All right. Go ahead, finish what you were saying.
No, that's pretty
you
much
done?
It. Yeah.
All right. Sorry about that. All right, Brooklyn. You look like you had a lot to say, no matter what you gotta say.
Yeah, I was about to yell across lit. Well, my thing is, what I was about to say from the chair is, if he got a good defense team, his lawyer will definitely eat it up from the video. Because it seems like it wasn't unwanted. It seems like it was connected to the situation, and it wasn't no resistance to the gesture. So that's what I would say about that part. Now, as far as using it as a platform to expand, she just came out with a song. She just came out with an album. So using it, yes, she could definitely use it as a platform to expand her stardom. But as far as criminal, nah, I don't think it was criminal. And I hate the situation of anyone stealing or touching women unwantedly or anything of that nature. But criminally, no. To use to move her career forward, yes. Dope situation. Me too. She gonna get the short lady with the haircut going back up, and it's gonna be
What's her name?
What's her name?
The lawyer, Gloria Allred.
Pro bono. She gonna take it pro bono.
Gloria Allred to the rescue.
Right.
On your ass.
Right. So it goes both ways, but due to the video, and it didn't seem unwanted. It seemed a friendly gesture. But hey, let's see where it goes from here.
Let's see where it goes from here. YKO Osiris, in the words of Bill Duke in Minister Society, you know you fucked up, right? You know you fucked up.
He better put out a single right now. He better put out a nice song.
You better lay low.
Better tell him you sorry in song, boy.
Because we done forgot the other song he came out with. I don't even know the song no more.
Can't give it a world. You better give it a planet.
Everybody,
you better give it a fucking planet, boy.
Right.
Can't give it a world no more.
All right. Let's get down to our next topic. Single, childless, strong, and independent women. Are they truly happy? I wish we had more women on the couch for this. But we're going to speak on this from a male point of view.
Next week, let's have call-in. Let's have some call-up.
Well, we're going to go to the chat and the women as well. In fact, about it, yeah, we're going to have callers next week. I can get some callers going in right now, but we're going to wait till next week for that. All right. So, in today's society, women see value in being financially independent. This whole I don't need a man and all of this type of stuff. Says what value do women see in the idea of being strong and independent in today's society? What are women looking to gain from this lifestyle? Are they looking to gain money? Are they looking to gain independence? Are they looking to gain a good man? Are they looking to gain fame? Are they looking to gain fortune? Family? What are they looking to gain from this independent woman lifestyle? Let's start with Master.
Whoa, jeez, dang, man, you about to start with the.
Woo, yeah, we getting you in trouble tonight, nigga.
Golly, man, golly. All right, man. If you really want me to be honest, I can give you two different. I can give you. Well, I can give them what it does for a man and what it does for a woman. What it does for a woman mentally, it's a confidence booster. It's a confidence booster because most women, when you are taught to be the traditional woman, you aren't taught to have anything for yourself or to create anything for yourselves. And that's just all based off of how society was previously. Woman was to stay home and nurture. That was just her job. So you were only taught to do that. So that's just all that women do when it came down on, to that level right there. So at some point, once they had that ability to sit here and do what men do, then they sit here. Now they look at men, as optional. So with that right there, it's not necessarily anything that they really gain in a sense, except for confidence, more control, more say so, or just being able to have quote unquote the upper hand, because most women are designed, nowadays not to necessarily need a man. And not saying that's not saying that that's a bad thing, because power to any woman that's able to do anything on her own. But what that does on a relationship perspective, on between a man and a woman, is it creates an imbalance, and more so a competition towards one another. It's not because it's not really more so of what we can do together. It's like, I've already attained this, so what can you do for me?
Right.
And that also just goes to show where women look at things nowadays more on a financial perspective rather than on a mental perspective, because being a man is not also just about your finances, also how you carry yourself.
Right.
And most of them, they also end up falling for men that have money, but they don't have the mentality of a man because they haven't sit here and grown into that yet. Now,
that's deep. So you think the number one quintessential thing women gain from or some of the quintessential thing women gain from this lifestyle is the confidence, the independence, what else you say? You said
confidence, independence, and control. It allows you to have more control within your life. It's like, okay, most women back in the days, like, they didn't have anything for themselves, financially, so they would sit here and depend on a man. They needed a man to provide and stuff like that. Women nowadays, they don't care if the man is providing or not. They don't look at men. They don't look at men for that. So now they feel like men are disposable.
That's deep. Brooklyn, what you think women gain from the independent lifestyle? First, number one.
I think they gain, more of a like you said, it's more of a independency. Women been suffered to the hands of men since BC. so by them been going through, in some countries they can't vote, they can't wear what they want. So by going through all these things for so long, and nowadays, now that times are turning where women are becoming the breadwinners of households. A lot of women are breadwinners of households now. So yes, independency. More of a self-sufficient value, because they never really felt self-sufficient where they gotta wait to pay their bill, they gotta wait to get half from the guy. The guy maybe not right in all areas, but they accept it. That's a lot. It comes to a lot of women dealing with the type of baby daddies they found.
They don't gotta accept it because they got their money. Right. That's why 70% of divorces is initiated by women. Because they get their bag now.
Exactly.
They're like, what?
Exactly.
Nigga, provide.
And I didn't came across numerous women that said they don't even care about child support no more. They don't care about no child support. We ain't taking that nigga. We don't want him to come. We don't need him. We don't need the government. We don't need no one to help me. Why? Because I'm self-sufficient now. Right. And they go off that. They go off that energy. And like I said before, you look in the car, you see the girl driving. The nigga is in the passenger seat 9 times out of 10. Right. Or he took his baby mom's car, put a girl in his. It's just about women. They gaining now like self-sufficient, independency. Taking care of their own kids, bills, and a man is just not a necessity no more. It's just a want, I guess.
That's a goddamn shame.
Can I say something? Can I say something to that?
That's a shame that we a want.
Yeah,
nah. Not even a necessity.
And I just wanna. I just want to personally say that any woman that feels like a man is disposable or a man is an option is completely delusional. I just want to say that, from the bottom of my heart, because because every man is needed, every woman is needed.
So that kind of brings me to my next question though, real quick. You want to speak on that?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Let me see. So what are they looking at? All right, so I think to answer the first question, I think that
good point, indigenous black man. I'm gonna get to that.
I think strong and independent is value within itself for them. I think the idea of not like once they get to whatever status they're looking for, you know, to have that money, you know, to have that life, that social status and whatnot. I think it's that trophy that be able to say, I really don't need a man, you know. And I don't even think they don't know what they're saying when they say that, because there have been, like, I've been on, like I said, looking at these YouTube shows and podcasts. There have been women who quote unquote said the world can survive without men. There are no men who say that about women. You know what I'm saying? There are not. I haven't found not one pot, but there's a shitload of women that say we don't need men to. So I think it's like that. This right here, this strong and independent, is like that one thing that they got to where they can say we don't need men. There's nothing else they've proved to say that they don't need. But this is right here. I can work my own job. I can hold down my own car and notes and whatnot. So with that being said, I don't need men, and that's a comfortability of society.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? And that's a shame.
Here's the difference. Men make money to take care and provide for their women. Women make money to say they don't need a man. That's fucking weird. We get money for two totally different purposes. It's in our DNA to get money to provide for y'all, to make sure y'all fed, clothed, sheltered, taken care of, protected from everything.
Because we're
Y'all
designed
out
to
here
be
getting
uplifting
money
men.
so that y'all can say, I don't need no nigga. I don't need no man.
Yo,
and that right in therein lies a dynamic and a difference, and it's a god.
Yeah.
Shame.
But question, y'all. Do in today's society no good niggas outweigh niggas who getting money now?
Women can't tell the difference. It doesn't matter.
Well, I'm saying it in a perspective of I'm saying whoa, but hold on. I'm saying it in the sense I'm saying it in the sense of they starting to know the difference. They starting to know the difference because if you look at the household and look at the average female, they say, most niggas is no good. You look at they posts, no good niggas, no good.
Facts.
So
Facts. But they talking about that whole 11% of niggas that got money because them niggas be the best niggas in the world, don't they? That 11% be great. If you make it six figures, it don't matter. It don't matter if you beat. If it don't matter, they don't care if you beat her. They don't care if she the side chick for 300 feet for $3K a week. They don't matter.
That say that they don't need men in the world at all. We have problems in relationships, and women have to understand that neither one of them is perfect in the relationship. Why do you have to categorize men as men ain't shit and we don't need them because of the situations you went through in the relationship? And that's exactly what they're using, right? Because it's not like men aren't doing their job in society, right? It's that when you hear about a woman complaining about a man and how he ain't shit, it's usually because of the relationship itself. It's not because men aren't needed in the world. Yeah, I've never heard one fact from a woman that's to say why a man isn't needed in the world. I only hear the complaint of he ain't shit because of the fact that she went through something with him in a relationship. You get what I'm saying? Because of a love thing. You know what I'm saying? Like she got fucked over some way, somehow. Maybe she did wrong, maybe he did wrong. It doesn't matter. It didn't work out in her favor, so now men are the problem.
Well, in general, I think
so. I got a question. These women who are out here, living these independent lifestyle, I don't need a man, future cat ladies.
I'm weak.
These future cat ladies. Do you think they're really happy? Like a woman who is, single, childless, but got a good career. Do you think she's truly happy?
I think it takes time to realize her unhappiness. Because when she's young,
so the answer is no.
Huh?
She's not truly happy.
No, because what it's data points. It's based off of time. It's not immediately. She's about her 30 years old. She's still chilling and whatnot. That's around that time you probably should be getting married and having kids. But she said, no, I don't need it. So 30, you young and you having fun. It's not till you really hitting that age around like 50. You see all of your friends got
your biological clock is ticking.
Yeah, like you see all your friends got grandkids and like you're not out at the club partying. You're not able to get whatever dude that you wanted to anymore, and you can't drink because your body's fucked up. You get what I'm saying? That your life isn't the same. That independent woman life, like. What was Andrew Tate was talking about how his grandmother, she she wasn't talked about at her family, like how you know what job she held down or this, that, to the third. She was talked about how many kids that she had, and you know how nurturing she was, and that's the stuff that women are going to want to hear when they're older. So it's a time frame thing.
What?
So as far as I'm concerned, as far as happiness go, they're happy at the moment. You know, because they don't realize the long-term effect that comes behind it.
Well,
now,
that's
like,
where
I'm going to love my cats. I've seen women say that. Like, while we make the joke about how the whole they're going to be living alone with cats, they took that and said, and I'm going to name every last one of them like they was one of my kids. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like,
but that's a defense mechanism.
it is a defense
That's not
mechanism.
true happiness.
That's the point that I'm making.
Them
Right
coping.
now, right now they're cool with that because they're living that life.
See,
They're
And
not
they-
cool with it
trauma.
though.
It's
Let me
all
tell you
trauma.
something.
That's all
They're
trauma.
not cool with it. The lady who's young, working fucking 60 hours a week and in school another 40, trying to become this great successful individual, I deep down believe even she would rather to find a high value man and not have to work and take care of her. And look, listen, I'm going to, you ain't got to work at all. And she could, you know, get with him, get married, and if he leaves, she getting half. You feel me? Like I think that's. I think ideally, like, you feel me, like even the younger women who are on this ambitious goal path would rather have, you know, a husband, a child. It's just,
well,
Let me
you
ask
know what
you
I'm
this
saying? It's
question.
just
Hold
deep.
on one
It's
second,
just
Professor.
innately within us.
Yeah.
Do you think that you have to learn what you want? You get what I'm saying? You have to learn what you may want in the future. So, like, we have to teach kids, like, for example, kids are coming up from birth. We have to teach kids this, that, to the third, so that way they know what they want. You know, we have to teach them the world. So, what if a woman came up under the impression the whole time that I should be independent anyway?
Good question.
How can you deep down want something that you don't even realize is actually good for you?
See,
Well,
but
you can think that the life that you're living, this independent, strong thing, is exactly what I'm supposed to be doing. And I need y'all to think about the fact that they've been doing this for like the past 10, 20. So we already got 10-year-olds, maybe even 13-year-olds. It's like, that's exactly what I'm gonna be like.
But
And
are
that's
they
it.
happy,
We gotta
though?
But
that's
hold
what I'm
on,
saying.
hold
That
on.
happiness
You
is
gotta-
based off of the fact that
you gotta
this is
think
what it's
about
supposed to
this.
be to them.
But you
know what I'm
gotta
saying?
you gotta think about
it's
this.
That's what I'm saying. So they're
Yeah.
not being taught that your happiness is going to come from
No.
you're not being taught that. So
Right.
how is your happiness going to be affected by that if you're not taught that that's where your happiness is
See,
going to come from?
but a lot of
Women had to
times,
be taught in those families, like, to respect men and to know that the value of family, and you know what I'm saying, finding a husband. Not that was what they were to obligated to do, but it was like,
Right.
this is what you're going. You know what
See,
I'm saying?
but
you're not being taught that. So
see, but you're a guy that works on percentages, and the percentage of the women that.
Big shout out to our 100th comment. Somebody get in
Shout to the 100 comments. Shout to the 100 comments. Indigenous.
Black man, drop your cash app.
Black man.
Black man, we owe you money.
Yo, but no.
Drop your cash app.
What I was gonna say is, yeah. So you know the percentage of women that self-taught what you're talking about, they were self-taught, and that comes over
self-taught what?
self-taught of how to deal with niggas. Hold on.
The strong and independent thing.
Hold
finish.
on. How did they, whether they saw it in their own family, how they stepfather or father dealt with their mother, how they came up individually with their own niggas. So you think of a female 30 right now, got her own car, own crib, own money, own kids, and she on some fucking nigga shit. That means she got 20 years, 15 years of niggery shit that she's at the fed up part, and she's mentally saying she's going forward without needing a nigga. So that comes from what transpired through her little life and what transpired to
But I
what
think
she
that's the
saw.
exception to the rule. That's a you know a small percentage of women who that's actually like, yo, I've been through this, so as a result, I'm gonna go do it on my own. I think women are being trained and groomed in droves by the hundreds and thousands
That's my
to
point.
believe that no, they don't need a man.
Wait, but you said, but you,
It's like
wait.
social media.
Well, I was just
One
about to
mic,
say
one
that.
mic,
I was just about to say,
one
but
mic,
you,
one
but
mic, one
but
mic.
y'all said already. Y'all said already. Music in the government, music. We said that on another podcast. Music in the government creates the new world of movement. So the new world of movement, if it's an independent lady thing, every female, okay, that's what I'm gonna do. I don't need a nigga for that. I don't need a nigga to get my car. Well, I'm gonna go get it myself. Whether the city girl saying it, whether the city mayor saying it, it doesn't matter, because that's what they taking in now in our days.
Now, I want to say my counter argument to that is, with that being said, now women are looking at their average lifestyles as celebrity lifestyles, so they feel like they deserve or they should have, that man that the woman's getting, that's splurging on him every day, taking him out on trips and stuff. Now that removes the average man. Now every woman wants the 11%, but that don't make the 11% good. That don't sit here and take away of the average man that can actually be good men and good husbands, to those kids there. But they don't care. They don't care.
That type of man.
Real quick,
it's only 11%.
And the crazy part past that, my fault.
No, go ahead.
The crazy part about that is because that's how all their granddads was. Mm-hmm. That's how their father was at one point. But how can you not care about that now? How can you not care about that now? But your mom cared about that man when he was in that same average state before he got to where he was.
Kevin, what was his? Damn, I forget this. Kevin Samuels, right? He was on a meeting with a chick who was basically saying she didn't want to end up with an average dude.
Kevin Samuels?
Yeah. She
R.I.P.
didn't want to end up with an average dude. She was telling Kevin this, right? And then what she said was like, she was describing her dad. And then she called him average. And Kevin got offended at her calling her dad average because of the fact that what she described, that was a man. That was a real man. Like, how you live in this nice ass house, you up in your room talking about your dad like that, how you don't want to end up with the type of guy that raised you. You get what I'm saying? Very disrespectful. The average man in the U.S. And you want the top 10%. That your dad doesn't reach that as far as a financial, but as far as a man go, provide for his family, and look at where you are now. But he's just average to you.
Her dad upbringing is not what she's accustomed to. She's
What do you mean accustomed to? How you not accustomed to your own fucking upbringing, bro?
Because she got her upbringing was brought in.
She's accustomed to it, but her dad's upbringing, it was never enough for her. So you gotta understand. She looked at her dad with as some sort of a man who was lacking, because she compared him to all these other men who had. And in a society that forces the imagery of all these men who have, while they're snatching the fucking opportunities from us, from her father. Her father grew up in a society that criminalized us, militarized,
open doors, pull-out chairs,
that globalized and took from 1973, 85% men employed in factories. By 1985, 13% men employed in factories. See, all these societal factors her father had to deal with. She don't see that.
Exactly.
She don't see the
And
lack of economic opportunity
So
that's
it can't
been
be
thrust
justified.
And
upon.
that big
but
issue.
it's only justified.
But while they're destroying the lack of economic opportunity, they're also feeding you imagery of people with exorbitant rich things with all of this money to spend. So now this child who's growing up in a household with a hard-working man feels like this is not good enough because I'm watching TV and I'm seeing this man with this much more. So now I'm like, yo, I feel like I'm entitled to more, but based upon what?
In every guy I've been with wasn't like my dad. So that's my point. Every guy she been with in a relationship, none of them probably was like her dad.
Why would she think that it was not like her dad if she wasn't in a relationship with her dad? She would have had a daughter-father relationship. Not what kids don't understand what their parents go to as far as a relationship goes.
No, but I'm just talking about.
She didn't respect her dad. Let's just make that very clear. She didn't respect her dad.
Growing up in a household.
Because all right, so let's just say this: if your dad had all this hard upbringing, he became an average man, and became extremely successful. Why would you look for something better than what he's already gotten you? Because there's no way that you would have been where you're at had you not had this kind of man inside of your life.
Because the tree I'm barking up on
so
is all
you don't
no
respect
good
your
nigga.
dad at that point right
Because
there.
they weren't even divorced either.
So there's a no good.
You were raised in a 2-parent household.
Yeah,
So listen, we getting
Good
off
man.
topic. We getting off topic.
Sorry.
God damn you niggas.
We not though.
My fault, bro.
We're slightly getting off topic because I still want to know:
Hakuna Matata.
is these women happy or not?
Yes, they
Yeah, I was
happy.
making.
Yeah.
Yes, they
Kevin
happy.
Samuels, like mom was still with him. That's why I'm saying, like, mom was still with dude. So while she found him average, mom didn't leave. Why would you feel the need to say, hey, this isn't enough when your own mom is feel like, you know what I'm saying, hasn't left them because of money? You obviously the relationship. You get what you understand? What I'm saying?
I understand
So
perfectly
basically
what
be
you're
looking
saying.
for something
Listen,
better than
I'ma
their
tell you
dad.
like
Wherever
this
she
now.
learned it from, it
I'm
wasn't
gonna tell you
Right,
like this
values
now.
is different.
Let me tell you like this now. All right, let me learn you something, youngins. She ain't happy. She out here trying to compete with her man. She out here trying to validate herself. And look, implicit in the statement, I don't need a man. Well, don't need a man for what? To procreate?
She's competing
explain
with her
yourself.
So
Hold on,
all
hold
independent
on.
women. Hold on.
Hold
I guess, real
on.
quick.
You don't need a, you gotta listen. You don't need a man for what? Because implicit in the statement, I don't need a man, what are you saying? I don't need a man to provide for me. I don't need a man to buy me things. I don't need a man to make sure that I'm taken care of. Because I can do that on my own because I'm a hard ass working person. However, implicit in that statement is that you would still be happy being provided for. You saying you don't need him because you're going to do it on yourself, but the reality of the matter is you still want provisions. So what's truly going to make you happy? Working 80 hours a week, going to school 100 hours a week, never seeing your family, competing with your man? Is that really making you happy?
It's almost
Or
as if
are
that
you
happiness
just
don't
saying,
exist.
or are you just saying, I don't need a man because I can do it myself. I don't need a man because I can do it on my own because I'm a hard worker too. But do what on your own? Provide. So you still need the provision. So are you truly fucking happy? Because guess what? You might not need a man, but you want one.
Even women don't want to provide.
You're saying you don't need
They don't
one,
like spending their
but
own
you would
money.
rather
Let's be realistic.
have someone to protect and provide for you.
Right.
They don't like spending their own money, man. They don't like spending their own money.
But her
So you
nigga
ain't happy
but
as
her-
you think he is.
But the tree she been barking up on her whole relationship career have not been the tree she, the type of nigga she came across had not been the type
know
of
what?
nigga.
Well,
that-
man, you
that
shouldn't be
could-
going for the 11%.
Yeah.
Your father wasn't part of the 11%.
It's
Learn
all
your
about-
tax bracket. Stay
Yeah,
in
you
your
know what?
tax
It's
bracket.
all
You know
about
what? Hey,
value.
Brooklyn, at the same time, though, like, we talking about chicks, right? Who had them options. So, therefore, you saying that she been going to the wrong niggas. Which means, technically, also, she been going to the wrong niggas, right? She got a bunch, like, more than likely, she had a bunch of the right niggas in her friend zone.
Exactly.
And then, okay,
Yeah,
all right.
that's a good
so
point.
You keep naming that whole, well, you know what I'm saying, she went through this, which is why she can never trust it.
Hey, yo,
She
big
can't
shout out to
trust-
the YouTube chat. Y'all bugging in the chat. I love the YouTube chat
Shout out
right
to
now.
YouTube.
You're just
Facebook, y'all better come harder. Y'all better come way harder. Everybody else going in.
You're justifying her not being able to, not her trusting 90% of niggas because of the 11% that she decided to go with. You get what I'm saying? To take out the entire world of niggas just because of what she went through, because of the few that she went, and the few that she went through are all the same because she choose the same type over and over again. Why should most men take the loss because of that? You choose the 10, 11% with bread because that's what you've been choosing your whole life, getting fucked over.
Thanks.
You get what I'm saying?
You ain't gonna see. You're not gonna see the other 89% of the average niggas sitting here doing half of the shit that the motherfucking 11% of niggas is sitting here doing. But the 11% of niggas get the popularity and they also get the exposure for any other bad shit that they do. But women don't care. They still accept it.
But
they
would.
accept it
Exactly.
because they
Yeah.
part of
Yep.
the 11% of niggas. But if it was an average nigga, they wouldn't accept that.
Well,
Exactly.
if I grew up in the average nigga lifestyle, that's all I'm around. Average niggas. How many females is coming across the 11 percentile? Not many.
Exactly. But
Not
they all.
many.
It's not about.
They
It's
all
not.
around average 80. What's that? 89% left. They all around growing up around 89%.
That's what they come
of
across,
the-
but that's not what they feel like they deserve. Every woman
Exactly.
feel like they deserve every man in the
Exactly.
11%.
Exactly.
That's stupid.
That's not guaranteed.
that's half
Now
of
that,
your
now that, now
problem.
that makes, now that
Because-
creates that type of
I'm gonna keep it real
demeanor.
with y'all.
Honestly,
It
Brooklyn,
creates
you're
that
telling these
demeanor.
women,
That's
like,
half of y'all problem right there. Thinking that all of y'all deserve this 11%.
And if
damn well
Them niggas not even good.
and if y'all do, then y'all gonna have to share them.
No, what about the guy
Ain't
that
been
could
in the
go?
gym.
Exactly,
That's what I'm
exactly.
saying, like, if
As
y'all
long
do-
as you
if
give
all
me
y'all
money, I'll
really
accept
do,
it.
Then y'all should have to accept the fact that y'all gonna have to share them. Like, what the fuck? Like, it's only 11% of them compared to y'all, the other 90%. You guys will have to literally fucking share them. I don't get it.
Like you want me to
Well,
be, you want me to be monogamous as an average nigga, but polygamous
Well,
as
what
an
about
rich nigga. That's crazy.
what about the average woman who had a 89%er that made it to the 11% throughout the relationship? So if she met him
Thank
at an
you.
89,
That's the idea. That is the ideal thing to do. Is to meet someone and grow with them. It's to turn your 89er into an 11er.
Yes.
And that's
Together.
for men and for women.
Yeah.
Together. Stop looking for the finished product.
Right.
And learn how to
Right.
work with
Right.
someone. Listen, this is the best advice I can give y'all
designed to
on
look for the
relationships.
finished
And
product.
it's a little digression. However, it's information everybody needs to hear. Anybody out there looking for a relationship, you need to understand and learn how to 7 out of 10 it. 7 out of 10 it. Stop trying to look for somebody with all 10 attributes covered. You're not going to find them. You find somebody with 6 to 7 out of 10, but make the other 4 be moldable, and then you'll get your 11%er. So you might want somebody with good family, with loyal, in shape, funny, friends, financially stable, protect, provide, whatever, such and such and so and so, right? But the very real fact of the matter is, you might only find a nigga with a family, good job, good money. He might be out of shape, wear dirty Air Force Ones, need a little bit of style, right? So you learn how to 7 out of 10 it. You get a nigga who got the money, who got the family, who got the loyalty, who got the such and such, and who got the so and so. But then the other 6 attributes he don't have, make them moldable. All right, he need to hit the gym. All right, he need to, such and such and so and so. Whatever. And then you'll learn how to turn the 89%er into a
Facts.
11%er in a heartbeat. You got to be able to
sure.
work with people. Period. All right. So that was a good. That was a good. Snap,
Fuck
snap,
with
snap,
that.
snap.
Fuck with that.
Snap
Fuck
to
with
that
Let's
that.
go to the chats real quick.
Go to the
Fuck with
chat.
that.
Let's go to the chats. Go up, 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 go up.
Shout to the 100th chat.
We already shouted him out. Told him I'm gonna pay him. All right, stop.
I want $3.
Okay. All right. Division by any means necessary. It's true. They trying to divide us. That's how they keep us conquered. Master snaps. Snap for Master. We snapping for the bro. Big shout out to Banger King. What up, though? What's going on? Indigenous black man. The black woman hasn't been under the black man's thumb for 400 years. That's a good point.
Whoever said that, you get a snap for
I
that.
get a snap
That
for
was the
Facts,
basics
Black
of
man
a couple
ain't
of my
been under
points.
The black woman ain't been under the black man's thumb for 400
Say that again, goddamn
Which
it.
is why we need to reverse that
Since you
action.
moved in the house.
Right.
We need to reverse that action. We need to be putting some more people in check around here. You understand what
Nah,
I'm saying?
it's too far going now. The
No, it ain't too
female,
far going.
Yeah, it's too
Being
far
in
going.
check is close to narcissism. They don't like
yeah,
that.
no, it's too far
too
going.
far
The
going.
female
No,
is
it's
too
not too far
independent
going.
now. To me,
No,
my
listen.
opinion.
Let me tell you like this now. Black men just need to do better.
Yes, that's
Bottom line
yes,
is this.
Yes, that's a good
Respect.
We are the original people, the most resilient people. We've been through everything, and on a lot of instances, we the best of the best. Remember this, my black brothers. They put you on slave ships, 400 or 500 of y'all, and only 20 of y'all made it. 20, 30. That mean the best of you made it. The most strongest, resilient. We had systematic process for hundreds of years of this, so it's the best black people over here. Then after that, we was auctioned off. I want the big one. I want the strong one. I want the and breeded to make us bigger and stronger and prettier and sexier and more intelligent and whatever the case may be. All right, harder workers, not more intelligent because they ain't let us read right. But guess what? We are a literally biological descendants of the best of the best. So don't ever let somebody tell you you're not good enough. You are good enough, black man. So get up out here and do what you need to do to make sure
Right.
that you tame your woman. Don't sit there and say, "Oh, yo, it's never gonna happen. She a lost cause." She not a lost cause.
No black
No
girl is
women are a
lost.
lost cause.
No black girl
You
lost.
can go ahead and do what you need to do to make sure that you water your grass and you. Now it is a harder task to put put a sister in check. I ain't gonna lie, but it's still a task that
Accomplishment.
can be accomplished. So don't be afraid of it. And don't ill out on our sisters.
Right.
All right. Last topic of the night. Oh, let's get back to the chats real quick. Hold on, I want to see
Wanna
that.
scroll down further, or?
No, go back up. Bag chasing is low key prostitution. I agree there.
Damn.
No, most wicked people on this planet are the elite and the wealthy. Wake up, that's true. Indigenous black men, that's true.
Federal Reserve.
Okay, simping is a crime. I agree with you
Right.
there.
Right.
Big shout out to Izzy in the chat. Be patient with us. We are trying to break generational curses.
Absolutely.
I get you.
You don't
We
got much
all
time.
want to be. I want to be in my soft woman era, and a lot of women want to do that.
Okay, so
It doesn't
A
woman-
lot of
exist.
women want to do that. Okay, Lean with the facts. Thank you, Snap for me. I am blessed that my husband and baby dad is not as bad as my father.
Whoa, wait. Is the husband and wait?
I don't
Is
know
the
if I
husband
should-
and baby dad two
Shout
different
out your
people?
baby father,
Is they
or
two different people?
Word, hold on.
All right.
We're gonna shout them out anyway.
Shout out your daddy and your
Shout
baby
out
your
two
baby
times,
dad.
Shout out 2 times.
Right.
Because without your daddy, you wouldn't have no baby daddy then.
Yeah.
Shout out to both of them.
Unbiased. They say they don't need a man, but then they go date a woman who pretends to be a man.
I'm
Go
weak.
figure.
A week. Facts though.
that's kinda
Facts.
true.
Facts.
Shout out to the Alphabet Boys.
20,
All right, going down a little bit
23.
more. Y'all are on one. You damn right.
Yeah, nah, we definitely on.
Niggas don't want to be molded. Some niggas. Hardhead make it soft ass. I agree with you there. All right. Couldn't get to all the chats, but I got to some of them, and that's what counts. The difference. All right. Our next. Is this the last big topic of the night, or is that first big topic of the night? What's the third big topic of the night? Because we only got time for one more topic, so I'm gonna see if I'm gonna choose this one or I'm gonna choose the next one. But the last one was good. She said, "Y'all messed up my damn comment. My husband and baby dad are the same person, and he is not my biological father." And I'm glad for that.
I'm weak.
Okay, so
I'm glad you got that clear.
all right, we got that cleared up.
Got it,
Her baby
got it,
dad
got it,
is
got
her
it.
husband, and her baby dad is not her biological father.
Good job, man.
That's what I said, bro. I
Nah,
was
shout out
like,
to Candace.
hold
You
on.
know we love you,
Oh,
girl.
that's Candace. Shout out to Candace.
I was just fucking. I just playing with you, girl.
about it too much.
All right, so look, our next topic, and this is some deep shit right here. The rise of violence and murder among the youth of America is rising. OD, it's up 67% in Baltimore. South Carolina is up. New York City is up. Cali is up. Ohio is up. Texas is up. Kids is killing kids. Kids is killing people. Killing people. Now, who is primarily to blame for the rise in young
Government.
black kids killing young kids? Kids killing kids. Who is the number one person we need to blame? You know who I'm gonna say. Who you said?
The government.
Okay.
I blame the adults.
The parents.
Yup.
Okay.
The adults. Though I can't say parents. I have to say the community as a whole.
Yeah, society itself too.
Because parents can raise in the right way, but society the community itself ultimately determines, the outcome of that child.
Right, because not too many kids is privileged to be brought up in non-violent areas.
No, most
So,
single parent.
so most let's go 89-11 again from my just off of in generalness. They come up in bad environments. They come up in one parent households. They come up with mother working and they on the street throughout the day. Whether they not in school, whether school is don't work no more. It used to work. School used to work towards a household, help the parent out. Now school is just as bad as the streets.
Bias.
So it's just about the upbringing that they are going through, music, government, personal, things that they take amongst themselves nowadays. As just say the 13 to 18-year-old child right now, 13 to 18, black male for right now. In all those states, your name. You talking about, you know, the lowest of environment, the lowest of schools. You talking about everything around them is low percentage. The worst schools, the worst food, the worst environment, the worst, you know, I just was listening, you know, a mother in Baltimore, she lost her father, she lost her brother, she lost her son last week. All these three generational murders happened to her. And for her not being able to move, for her not moving and getting her family to another, that's where it comes down to. Most parents can't move. Most parents can't change their environment for their child. So they allow their child to grow up through the environment.
So you think it's the environment?
Yes.
You think it's the parents?
I think it's the community.
The community. All right, so you know who I'm going to say it is? It's the motherfucking government. My nigga, we is not going to sit here and act like Black Death has not always had a place in this society. From them killing us in abortion clinics, killing us after Reconstruction with 100 years of lynching, killing us with AIDS, killing us with the Tuskegee experiment.
COVID.
We had 30, 40 years of music about killing black people. You can't make music about killing squirrels. I got a new single. I'm going to chop every squirrel head off and drink the blood of the squirrel and boil it. Them niggas not going to publish that shit. But I can make music about mutilating black people right now. Right now. Every other song on the radio is about black people killing black people. And you telling me that don't have no correlation?
But our culture flocks to it.
Yeah, but who is allowing this? It's the government. Remember, they censor everything. These motherfuckers are in control of what you hear, what you can see. If anything goes against the program of the government, they oust you. They vilify you. They destroy you. They discredit you. Nobody's up here saying what they want.
They cancel you.
They cancel you in a heartbeat. They tried to cancel Nick Cannon when he was up there trying to speak Black Power. You say anything against Kanye. They cancel Farrakhan. They cancel anybody who say anything that's off script. So that lets you know that kill a nigga, shoot a nigga, young nigga, move that dope. It's on script. It's right on script.
Right.
But then again, ultimately, we have the power whether or not we want to follow through what the government tells us to do.
Yeah.
It's plenty of times where the government will tell us to sit here and do this and that. But then ultimately, as a community, we sit here and determine that factor. Yeah, we have the choice, but it's like, why are you going to choose a government every time? It sounds like you're a little bit soft in the mind, really. If you want me to ask you, for
by
real,
choosing the government.
No, yeah, so if you're soft in the mind, if you're gonna choose a government at a time, because why not you gonna choose something for yourself?
So listen,
because 9 times out of 10, everybody know what's right, but they choosing the government every time.
Let me clarify real quick. When I say the government, I don't just mean, you know, the legislative branch or the judicial branch or the executive. That's not what I mean. I'm talking about the white supremacist power structure. I'm talking about the elite. I'm talking about the bourgeoisie. I'm talking about those who are in control. And yes, the government is at their control and behest.
All right.
But I brought that up to you.
So boom. Can I ask you a question? Let's say, you know, Wall Street was destroyed, right? Back in the past, of course, it was destroyed by, you know, the government and everything like that. Let's say, you know, we build a Wall Street right now. What's stopping us? Is it really the government that's stopping us, or is it really ourselves?
No, it's the government.
Is it really?
Yes, it's the government.
Is it really? Why is it the government?
Yo, listen, okay. I'm going to explain it to you right now. Brother.
Because America's for sale.
Okay. You listening?
Yeah.
All right. Black people, when we created Black Wall Street and they burned it to the ground physically, they destroyed the very ideal of a black independent economy with the civil rights movement. They acted as though by you getting off that black bus who owned 500 buses and getting on that white bus, it was some sort of badge of honor. They acted as though for you to leave that black restaurant and go eat with the white folks, it was a badge of honor. Integration. For you to leave that black school and you to go in with the white folks, it was a badge of honor. For you to leave the Negro Leagues and go in with the MLB, Mr. Jackie Robinson, it was a badge of honor. So they destroyed the very ideal of black freedom, independence, black independent economy through civil rights, through the propaganda, that was the government who did that.
Now the big thing, the big argument, my big argument on that is how many times are we going to sit here and blame the government before we actually start rising within ourselves?
No, we
as
tried
a
to rise,
community
though.
to do that.
We tried
Have
to
we
rise.
tried?
Yes, we did. They burned that shit down.
We tried previously. I haven't seen really.
No, we're
anybody
trying right now.
Previously, I haven't
Bro,
seen
we're
anybody try
trying
that
right
hard.
now. My nigga, my boy Cosby tried to buy NBC. They locked him up.
So check it out.
Like everything, right? We got a bunch of rich black people, entertainers, sports athletes, and everything else. They can't work together.
Shout out to Tyler Perry.
Anytime they try to work together to do anything that liberates black people as a whole, they are vilified, destroyed, ousted. It's a reason why these black folks don't work together, and a lot of it is because fear of backlash from them, from the enemy, if you will. Like, there are factions of people who are trying to do things. Nation of Islam just bought mad acres. You had the brother
Tyler
what's his
Perry
name?
just bought BET.
What's my brother name? Priest. I think it was Priest Holmes. One of them running backs. I think it was Priest Holmes. He bought all of them acres down there, bought all of these houses, and gave them to single black moms and all that. Like, we don't get the publicity for it, but there are individuals right now that are fighting and that are struggling to make sure that we do have black, free, independent economies.
So check it out. All right. I'm big on accountability. What do you think my answer is?
It's the niggas.
It's always niggas.
Definitely the niggas.
At this point,
I told him that not long ago.
At this point, it is.
Check this out. This might surprise you, but it's the government.
It's the government.
I've never agreed with them on
He's
that.
never agreed with
Never
me.
agreed. But for this one, it's a reason why. So when we talk about urban youth and murder and whatnot, we have to take into account the law, right? Now we know that as far as the prison go, the prison isn't for reform. Prison is to make you a repeat offender and to bring you back there, especially for the black community. And how do we know that? Because 70% of our population is single mothers, right? Single moms. Now, when we look into the household, who provides the discipline to our kids? That's dads, right? We are the main we are the main landmark of discipline in the household.
Good point.
Yeah, we are the main. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so if you keep the dad out of the household, what you see every day, we know that the government keeps the dad out the household. They have programs in place for women to benefit off of it.
Right.
You know, and then on top of it, if they're not only in the household, but if they're not going to be in the streets, where they're going to be dead or in prison. We got we have three places where we can put black men, so that way we keep them out of the household, right? So which leaves women left to raise them. You can't raise a man on how to be the man if you're not a man.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? So if you take away that dynamic automatically, on the top of the fact that juveniles, all right, we're talking about juveniles, they're not held to the same standard as an adult is in prison. So therefore, the way we're teaching as far as juveniles go, like the way they get taught is it's a lot different, because it's like they're housed until they're 18.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They're not going to be taught reform either. You get what I'm? They're going to be taught, hey, if you mess up again, you're going to go to prison, right? We'll only tell them that, send them back out to the street, so that way they can learn how to get to prison. They know this. It's a system. That system is put into play on purpose.
Yeah.
As far as them go, as far as youth go, we teach them. I want to say accountability as far as adults go, because you're over 18. It's time for you to make your own decision. But we create them. You know what I'm saying? And then you got all of this stuff that's being put towards them. It's really hard for a mom to be like, stay out of the streets. While he's in the streets because he's 17, but he's trying to make a little money for his household. This, that, to the third. They keep the environment that way so that.
So you made a good point, and that is that the government incentivized father absence through, via the welfare system and various programs, right? So they don't want black men in the house, right? And then they exacerbated the problem of not having black men in the house by locking them the fuck up, by killing them, right? In all of these different various diseases. We done had AIDS, we done high blood pressure, diabetes, cancer, all that ranks highest among black people. So all of that's taking us out. Prison taking us out. Drugs taking us out. Lack of financial opportunity. Women not only did they take the ability for black men to make money but then they gave women money for keeping black men out the house. So they double whammied your ass. They took the ability away from you to provide for your family. Then they start providing for your family, for you. So like Shahrazad said, they married to the government more than they're married to you. So now we've had the government incentivize getting men about the house, and now we see a lack of discipline within the youth of America, and we see a rise in violence, crime in the youth of America. That's directly correlated with the fact that ain't no fathers in the house. And the fact that ain't no fathers in the house is a direct as a direct cause of the government.
We represent discipline. I'm telling you, we like when it comes down to those roles as far as like what the father teaches the child and what the mother teaches the child. And when I was growing up, yeah, my mom disciplined, but it was when we was out, it was I'm gonna tell your dad that really got me. You know what I'm saying? And it's not like that I was able to avoid it. She's still gonna tell him anyway. But it was even worse. I'm like, I know it's coming now. Like it even got to a point where I was even able to take the ass whooping from my mom. My mom was like, you know what, all right, I ain't gotta do this no more. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it was like and sometimes he didn't even have to give an ass whooping. You just get that look, that voice. Now I actually see it being a dad. You know, it's a big difference. Can't get like she gets mad at it sometimes. And she's like, why you listening? But at the same time, it's like it's almost, I don't know, biological. Really, it's a scientific thing. Really, like we have that aggression. You know, we don't have to put hands on them sometimes. Sometimes we just show that demeanor right off the bat because we represent discipline. You know? So we represent leadership in the household.
This guy in the chat is just going all the way crazy right now, and I just feel like I have to just smack back to the rat track. I think
DMV is the government.
So he said you can't make a song about killing squirrels because PETA is going to say something. When is black people going to say something? Excuse me, sir. Black people have been saying something about the content of this music since the shit came out.
Y'all just don't listen.
There have always been factions of the black community that was against this gangster rap, kill niggas, kill black people
They
bullshit.
rode over Eazy-E CDs, yes.
Bro. But guess what? They don't get backing from the government. They don't get no media attention.
Right, that's
they don't
the
get
problem.
no money, no 501c3 nonprofit money to help them out. They don't get none of that. They get silenced. And you know who get the voice and the vision? YKO Low Silence.
All right, boom. So I feel like
that's who y'all want to post
I feel
up.
like
YKO Osiris get more public from the mainstream media, gets more, public publicity from the mainstream media than Umar Johnson, Brother Polite,
OD.
Minister Farrakhan, Brother Ben X, Boyce Watkins, any black activist you could think of. They don't get they on YouTube and shit. You go look at these niggas, T.I. and why all these niggas on the Black Awareness Caucus rally on BET. Like, how the hell is they getting all of the publicity, but the true people that's behind trying to stop all of the bullshit is not getting none? So you wrong. We do stand up. There's been plenty of organizations who stand up against this music. They get vilified, ostracized, and kicked out. The next thing he says is, go back up. He says, ask him how is it the government? Which branch? National or state government?
I'm crying.
All government.
State.
Because state, national, and all the rest of them.
How
many state senators, governors, how many mayors, aldermen, city council members is coming out here talking about, look, ever since y'all took control of the rap music, y'all done turned it into criminal music, kill people music, shoot people music. Y'all privatized the prisons, prison industrial complex. Like, ain't none of them niggas coming out there and saying that. So, no matter what government line the government on, you complicit because you ain't fighting against it.
I want to jump back to what you said earlier. I think you said, I'm trying to figure out exactly what you said. I think it was like, the government doesn't something. I forgot exactly what it was.
Care about you?
Not even that in a sense. Like my argument, my big argument came from not what they've already done for us, what they already done to us. Let me rephrase that. What they done to us, but it's like what we can do moving forward. And I just found it. Remember when you were saying, okay, boom, YK Osiris, yada yada yada, like basically celebrities, they get that type of stardom when it's some type of backlash. But when it's like a black man on a positive perspective, or just trying to spread some philosophy or some wisdom, like Dr. Umar and men of that nature, how it's not spreaded. But the only way that is spreaded is through the power of people within ourselves. So like my thing is okay, we already know what we've been through, what we've already dealt with.
That's not true though. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
So what?
But that's not true.
What's
it's
not true?
The only way you spread information is through ourselves.
No, it's not.
It's
It's not the only way. But because,
it's not even the best way. The best way is,
but because when you have those celebrities that they easily get that high platform of videos, of recordings, of TikToks, of reels on YouTube and stuff like that. That's what I'm saying. They get all of that easily. But in a sense, when it comes down to people like, that sit here and spread that, that real knowledge and that real philosophy, they don't get that type of, that platform or that recognition just because they aren't shared as much within the people. Not saying it doesn't happen. Like, okay, we have like, he'll get like 2,000 shares here, maybe like 4 million comments, stuff like that. Like, that's perfectly fine. But what happens after that? Does it spread? Do you have other people doing it and stuff like that? And I feel like that's where we get that pause. Like, everyone jumps on board with it, but no one jumps on board to do it just as well.
No, they come out with some bad shit.
We jumping on it. It's trending for 3 weeks, and it's on a billboard. You feel what I'm saying?
Hold on, real quick, y'all.
Sir, they have removed the pages of, Minister Louis Farrakhan, Brother Ben X, RZA Islam, what's the Jones? What's the boy? The InfoWars boy. They literally have removed. They demonetized Pearly. You know what I mean? Removed some of her pages. They locked up my boy Tate for trying to break up the Matrix. Mm-hmm. Like, bro, this society will not allow you to just teach the people. They will fight you. So all it is, people stop sharing. No, people shared it and kept sharing it, and then they banned these people fucking YouTube pages and locked them up. This shit is deep. It's serious.
Yeah, because you got to think about it.
They will go to.
Yeah, you got to think about it. Society, World Star, Media Takeout, Shade Room, they project black unexcellence. So Puffy knows talk about black excellence. What the community see is Shade Room fuckery. So fuckery creates fuckery. So if Shade Room and Say Cheese and all of them is promoting fuckery, that's what I'm gonna send to them. TikTok or whatever. Society. Second thing, I came up in a single mom home. Shout out to Fort Greene. I was born in Fort Greene, Brooklyn. Only boy, 4 sisters and my mom. I didn't turn out gay. I didn't turn out for the streets or nothing. Me saying that, point is being that my mom was single, whether she was getting government assistance, not father not there, my pops was a Rolling Stone, wherever that nigga hat was, he was. So my point of saying that, and me per se, particular, I came up properly to the best of her, to the best of way she could properly raise me as a single mom with 4 sisters and the only boy, youngest. I ain't get drafted. I ain't go to no goddamn army. I went to college. Cool. So my point of saying that is the average of that type of household with a male making it out, not changing to a female, don't got no titties now. That average is low. 11-year-old think they gay now. 13-year-old boys think they something that you would never think of a 13-year-old thinking of right now. So society, they get. Oh, you scratch. Oh, yeah. So yeah, because it makes sense. Yeah.
So I get what you're saying, and you basically saying it was a lot of odds stacked against you. It was a lot of ways that you could have. I mean, you grew up with a mom and four females, and you didn't you still remain masculine in your own
Right.
right.
You
You
mentioned
grew
that
up in the
percentage as
hood,
well,
but
yeah.
yet you went to college.
Right.
And I mean I see what you're saying, man. You know what I mean? You decided to do better. But it's still a society out here that's forcing us to do as a whole.
Yeah, it's
to do a lot of
overwhelming.
fuckery,
That's
like you
because
said.
fuckery is overwhelming. George Floyd got 19 parades. Everybody that got killed in Baltimore, Chicago, and New York over the last month got 30 seconds on the news, 7-Eleven. So that is the difference. George Floyd, they out here, he got choked by a cop. They walking from the 3-year-old that got killed in Baltimore. We only heard about it through YouTube. That's the difference of society today also. So, right. So, it's just about what get publicized until the system. Of course, they ain't going to publicize that. They know black people as a whole, blacks, Hispanics, browns, whatever, they take in fuckery. So we feeding them fuckery the whole way through. Let them go record fuckery to get famous. Nobody who's famous off of something really talented. No one. Niggas is on podcasts. Niggas is out here doing TikToks. $1 million. So there's no more talent needed to become famous.
Look, I mean, I see what you're saying, and it's a shame. People are out here getting rich off the fuckery.
Right.
And once again, it's what we're being fed, man. You feel me?
Comes back to that.
Like my boy said, look, when you become an intellectual powerhouse, somebody who can't be controlled, told what to do, somebody who can't be manipulated intellectually, you become a threat. You become a threat to the structure, bro. And they don't want threats to the structure. They want to be able to easily manipulate you and control you and control your wife and control your children. And they want to be easily able to do that. They know that the real rebellion, the real people who are a threat to them are the males of society. The disempowered males, the disenfranchised males, the males who have been destroyed and plotted against. So guess what? Like the Bible said, what did Pharaoh do? He killed the boy child and spared the bro. We all
you're right.
We all up
You're
for
right.
grabs, my nigga.
Yo.
And that is at the behest of the motherfucking system.
Government,
So
yeah.
when you see this rise in child violence and these kids out here killing kids, just understand and know these is crack babies that was raised on gangster rap that's popping Xanaxes and shit now. And a lot of that shit is because of the music. A lot of that shit is because of the poverty, the
And
economy.
they telling on themselves. That's even worse.
And most importantly, yes, we do have to take self-accountability as well.
Self-accountability.
But most
is a lot.
importantly, it's because of who?
the government.
The government.
Government.
What the chat's talking about?
Now,
I see that red profile pic is everywhere.
Crazy right now.
yeah,
He the 50th and 1100th comment. Goddamn it,
love with the government.
Trigger.
He in love with the government.
Yeah. Yeah, right.
All right, yeah. So we done up. Final thoughts.
I'm
Alright.
actually very done up.
We gonna start with you. Final thought. Under a minute. Go.
Final thought. July 1st, Poconos Fashion Show, Fusion Festival, July 22nd, Boat Party, July 22nd, Brooklyn Cakes IG, hit me up, Cake Music Models, Cake Music. Yeah, we outside, man. It's right there in your face. Get the shooters all in place. Call Doughboy, call folk, then it's black and yellow tape. Whole team moving out from the project to the jets. Said it's right there in your face. Put banana on the Lex. Catch me out Dolo. I don't even bring a set. Got the Porsche truck trailing. Got the hammer on the deck. This music gonna pop, and I put that on my life. Got some red and blue niggas that only move the white. Don't gotta see your poppy. Got some homies with a Aki. All they know is soft, but we bring it back rocky. Got them diamonds on my wrist. It's connected by a pistol. Got two mommies in a rental that both named Crystal. VIP in the club with them black and Henny bottles. We be leaving here tonight, deciding breakfast for tomorrow. Fresh got the plug. He connected with the love. In the project all day. Rest in peace, Chink Drugs. Chink, my final thought.
Oh,
A
damn.
bunch of thuggery, nigga.
Thuggery. Got government.
We just
The
said
government. I wrote that in jail. The government, my system, my mind was locked up. Nah.
Government done got this nigga too.
Oh, we.
We just said we gonna rap about positive shit. And this nigga here just had to go fully negative.
It's the government.
Oh my gosh. Oh, was it my next? My
Yeah.
next. All right.
Final thought, bastard.
Jeez, man. He said the IG. Also with the IG. IG. You can look up Masuta _or _master, or you can look up Master Rigsby. I'm literally the only motherfucker on IG whose name is Master. Not gonna lie. Man, honestly, we just really gotta sit here
I'ma
and wake
answer
up
your
and get.
questions
We gotta
next,
sit here and get
sucker.
serious with everything. I see that the biggest thing right now that we're going through is it's all about is gender versus gender, male versus female. You know, a man versus woman right now. So we really got to sit here and come to a mutual understanding. And I really want to say, like, it sounds bad to go about color, but I really want to say black men and black women coming together right now. It's easy for everybody else to come together and unify right now. It's the biggest issue for, us as African Americans or black people to see and come together. So when we unify, we can really take over this world. So I hope they wake up sooner or later.
Yes, unity is the key. Snap to that. They tell you every single day, divide and conquer is the number one rule of conquest.
Oh,
So that means if you unite, you be unconquered.
that's what I'm saying.
That's it. It's not rocket science.
It's
Divide and conquer.
It's not, but
Unite and unconquer.
take over, nigga. Like, what the fuck, man? Like, shit simple.
Oh, Fessy, final thoughts?
All right, final thoughts. I ain't got much to say. I want to piggyback off the fire.
One drop rule, Candace. You 1% black, you black. You'd have been picking cotton on the plantation next to my ass, guys. You might have been in the house. They might have had your ass serving dishes, but your ass would have been in slavery, nigga.
Yeah, this war between men and women. All right, we tripping. It's more along the lines of women not needing men. When all reality, people gotta learn the idea of the term interdependent. I was speaking about that earlier today. Interdependent is basically when the couple are dependent on each other, as opposed to you looking forward to be individually independent. You want to work to find a partner where you can be independent on each other, so that the relationship works on itself. You get what I'm saying? As opposed to like, because all of the stuff that you're looking forward to as an independent, you can find within a relationship if they're dependent on you as much as you depending on them. Those are my final thoughts as far as that go. There's Professor Bars. I haven't taken a battle in a while, so I do have one coming up. It's been about 2 years since I did my last battle, so you guys will be seeing some promotion up until August. And I think the battle's gonna be popping off up in Jersey, so it's gonna be lit. I'll send out the flyer once we get closer to the date. I'll even look into creating a battle compilation of my past ones, so that way you guys can see what I've done. A lot of damage, and it's gonna be more damage that happens in the next 2 months. So his name is C Goods. That's my opponent name. So if y'all want to let him know the type of, what I'm saying, shit gonna get real. If anybody who know who C Goods is, he live out in Jersey or whatnot. He a battle rapper too, so they might sound familiar to a few people. Let him know he got some work coming towards him. DJ Focus Podcast, I want to thank you for coming through.
Big shout
This
out
is a
to
very,
DJ
very great
Focus.
conversation. Focus.
All right, so my final thoughts are, ladies, if you're going to go get a surgery, make sure you do your due diligence. I mean, I would advise against it, but if you're going to do it, make sure you do your due diligence and make sure you get the right doctor, making sure you do your research, don't get no backyard boogie dude. And for all of those ladies who are having a surgery coming up or are going to go get one, just know that you are in my prayers, and may Allah guide you through your surgery, and may you come out on the opposite side of that thing healthy. Okay? Inshallah. As far as the black and urban youth and the murder and on the rise that we see going on, understand, my young boys, this shit, you don't understand. You are on a pathway towards destruction. I had a conversation with some young boys in here not too long ago, and I told them, look, they always want to talk about their guns, always want to. I said, listen, y'all young, y'all don't realize that few of y'all gonna be dead and locked up in a few years if y'all keep going down this path, and a few of them are dead and locked up right now as we speak. So the point is, you young boys got to understand this shit is fiction. Y'all watching this TV, some kids coming up in good neighborhoods, and guess what? They still feel the need to attach themselves to the hoodness because of what they seeing on TV. That's fiction. These niggas, they sending their kids to boarding schools, private schools. They living in mansions. They got a whole bunch of money, millionaires driving Bentleys. They just rapping about shit that got you out here making bad decisions, which is what the government want, so they could put your ass in jail and get them $40,000 federal subsidies off you, at $400,000 federal subsidies off your ass every year, so that they make sure that you remain exactly what you always been, and that's a goddamn slave. All right? So youth, do better and understand its consequences. Y'all listen to music, they like, yo, yeah, I'm gonna kill everybody and I got Gucci. I'm gonna kill everybody and I got Louis. As if the reward for killing niggas is the Gucci and the Louis. No, the reward for killing niggas is jail. The reward for being out here thugging out here is jail. Jails that's owned by the government. Jails that they want to keep full. If they didn't, they would be guiding us towards peace and positivity. Instead, they are guiding us towards negativity. Period. And yes, there is some, and I don't just blame the government. They have the highest blame, but there is some culpability on ourselves as a people. We got to raise up. We can't continue to watch our communities be in this condition and not do anything about it. But shout out to those who are doing something about it, because they try. We can't use the 5% of people selling drugs and say that's all the niggas, but then you don't use the 10% of people trying to make a change and say that's all of us, right? So we got to be more objective as that's concerned. So, real quick before I go, they want me to drop a freestyle. Since he went negative, you know I got to go past the positive. We live in unconventional times, blind and behind enemy lines, devastated and educated by criminal minds. It's estimated we'll never make it to live in our primes. So every rapper that made it will give you visions of crime. Give you visions of whipping it off of nickels and dimes. Give you visions of women but with a brick and a nine. Give you visions of getting money but skipping the grind until you sitting in prison living to give up your time. You got to give up your youth. You got to give up your mind. You got to give up your juice and let them limit your shine. That's why I get in the booth and spit inexplicable rhymes. I got to give them the truth, because all you niggas is lying. But I'm the miracle spitter built for the digital time. Infiltrating the system because what I spit is sublime. You couldn't get on my level because the kid is divine. I'm in the den with the devil and try to whip his behind. Snap to that shit.
Yeah, nah, that was tough.
I'm in the den with the devil and try to whip his behind.
Yeah, we gonna end on that though for shit.
Peace. I'll see y'all next week. DJ Focus Podcast.